Sick of either of you
God,
guys.
yeah,
I love you guys.
whatever.
At the end of the day, I just get really heavy.
Yeah, whatever. I hate my hair. I hate this idiot's
I
hat.
hate my stepdad. I hate my hair. I hate my town.
I think I missed the mark to get a stepdad. You know? Like, I think my mom just wasn't into it anymore.
She just wasn't about it, huh?
It's just like dating at that age is hard, you know?
Yeah, it is hard.
So it's like, what's the point?
Well, doing things that are hard is worth sometimes, you know?
Yeah, but also if you have like established independence, it's like, whatever. My God, I hate everything about this.
It's fine, man. Looks good.
Now I know you're lying through your teeth. I do not look good.
I wouldn't lie.
What the hell are these, dude?
What are those?
What are these? I look like a goddamn garbage can.
I would have called you more of a goblin.
No, I'm clearly a ghoul. But also a garbage can.
Oh, off that list.
Oh, yeah.
I think most well-adjusted smashes are goblin ghoul hybrids.
I think all of them are gremlins. I think they're all nasally gremlins. Just like you, Slime.
You think Slime's a gremlin?
Absolutely.
He's like a gremlin goblin combo.
Wait, what'd you say, Anthony? Do I have headphones on? What do you mean?
This guy's stoned.
What are you talking about? You're not telling me what you're talking about. I have these. Yeah, actually. Oh, like on me, not like I'm currently wearing them. Yeah, dude, here you go.
Some phones.
It's really only coming out of one ear right now? Are they actually? Actually, I think that happened at the other summit. It was just one ear. Are you sure?
Hey, listen to this, Dawson.
I don't like that.
Did you hear the buzz? Did you hear the buzz?
Yeah, shouldn't we turn off one of the cans?
Why do we turn
What
off
about
the-
those cans?
What about?
They're just on. I don't like any of this. Why am I doing this, man? Stop doing
It makes
that.
a buzz, dude.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's
That's
very,
crazy.
very not fun.
The sword is so powerful.
If I'm talking. If I lose my hearing because of this, I'm gonna scream. We keep talking.
That's the aim of the show, is that we keep talking.
Yeah. I feel like that might have fixed it, right?
Hey.
I feel like you did something and it might be fixed. I don't know what you just did. If I feel like it fixed it.
Maybe it was banging the hilt of the sword on the table to do the buzz.
This is gonna be the longest black screen ever, and I'm done filling time. I got other stuff to do.
Hey, you've been filling time since day dot, my man.
Yeah, I know. Filling time means we're unprepared. Can you hear this? Is there a delay? I got a date with your girl later, dude. I gotta get out of here. Are they trolling or not, dude?
This is what happens when we come into the office with no Kevin and no Rob.
Dude, Kevin and Rob, best girls. Anthony, worst girl.
No, he's mid-tier.
Is it still text Rob or somebody? Let's just do it the one of your podcasts. Wait, is it in mono or stereo?
Yeah, that might be doing it. If you have a look at the mixer. Should I get up there?
You want to get up there real quick? Just press the mono. This guy, they Zed stuff, and this guy doesn't even understand.
Well, it's not his job, to be fair.
Ain't
But
my job
you know
either.
It's not
Ain't
I
my
was
job
about to
either.
say. We were both. You type rated me on that joke.
This goon. Want to go up there real quick? No, I need you here. I need you talking to me.
Yeah, we can't leave this island.
Did you put
He's
it to
pushing
mono?
Buttons. He's pushing buttons.
I think literally the only thing that's gonna fix it is
You shutting up is
I-
definitely key.
Well, I think I need to talk so he could hear if it's actually working.
That's true.
I think we all lose here.
He
Did
did
you
it.
actually do it?
He did it.
How do you know?
We can get out of the purgatory that is black screen.
Yeah. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I've been ready.
Can I just
Mr.
go?
Bin
Can I
ready.
just go home? I want to go home. Just end it. Cut it. Do you check?
I can't hear that right now.
I could hear that now.
Okay,
I could
nice,
hear
nice.
that.
He's trying to turn off the other mic though. We shouldn't be able to hear. This is the one you need to turn down.
Yeah.
Okay, you did it.
You're
you
good.
Did it.
You're good.
We can. We collected all of the gems. We can move on from this hellish level. Yeah.
Yes.
Pirates are planted in the past, though my life is changing fast. Who I am is who I wanna be. A single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Nice.
Are we ready? Are you turning us back up?
Hey.
I don't even think you need to mute us, to be honest.
Just mute Dawson
Yeah, just do that.
for the whole show.
Just fucking do it. I look grizzled. I got some gruff on me, dude. I'm having a rough day.
All right, what's up? Welcome to the Bad Melee Podcast. We made it through with a little bit of help.
We beat the tutorial level.
Could you
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Hey, that's mine. Could you
Take
not?
that.
Thank you.
There's a cable, and it's like on a thing.
Just put that on the chair.
And
Why is that chair even there?
Stop talking about the chair. I've had it with you.
With me?
Oh shit! Everyone was waiting to see if
He
it would pan out like
he
that.
actually just broke 11 monitors.
See how
by doing
sick that was? See how sick it landed?
That-
Anyway, I fixed it. You look so grizzled on camera right now. You're like Ryan Seacrest in like season 29. And you're still doing American Idol, and you're like, what?
That's weird because
How
that's
do I-
exactly how I feel. I feel like I'm Ryan Seacrest, except you're his height, because he's
tall.
short.
He's a long boy, vertically.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to do this.
Actually, fuck this bit. Let's
Yeah.
go.
right.
Yeah, we're Dawson's really tired. No, you're not tired. I napped. me and Miles are at the height of awareness right now.
I'm at the
Yeah,
height.
no, we're
I'm
good.
fully aware.
Are
I'm
you?
fully aware I don't want to be here?
You haven't cracked this sweet little girl yet. Don't eat. Relax. Anyway, ooh. Look like you're about to shotgun it.
Yeah.
A little bit ahead on that, yeah.
A little bit ahead.
So we big hanging. We went to Summit, or I mean, I worked it. Right, I worked there.
I mean, I did a job there too.
You can say I was
We all
working
had a
it.
job.
Yeah, you guys came through for a cameo appearance at the Summit.
It was amazing. It was so cool. It was so much fun.
It was really fun. It was funny. So we fiended.
You two fiended. I want everyone to know.
You
that
haven't
I don't
watched
fiend.
anything ever that resembles anything close to a VOD.
You never watch anything
watch
that's not a
VODs,
Twitch
dude.
speedrun live stream.
I watch VODs.
And
Of
Twitch.
Twitch speed ones live stream.
But on YouTube.
On YouTube, I watch Clint Stevens daily videos.
It is a
Yeah.
daily Clint Stevens watcher.
That's
Yeah.
good.
You know, I love people who put out daily Twitch highlight videos. It's such lowbrow content, and usually I'd say, yeah, it's kind of shitty. But I click that Clint Stevens one every day.
That Clint Stevens one's the one that sells you.
The ZFG one's actually, he's stepping it up too.
Is he producing them?
Obviously not.
I don't think any of those guys produce it.
Producing
You
your own
can't,
is
It's a lot of work.
Because you stream for 8 hours a day, you're not going to be like, all right, bye stream, open up Premiere, get to work.
Yeah. I mean, some people I'm sure are on their grind like that. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's pretty rough. But yeah, we it was funny because like I think The analogy I like to use is like when we came on during the Bad Melee podcast at the summit, was like you think that you're going to be drinking some water, but instead it's Mountain Dew, and you don't look, and you take a drink, and it's Mountain Dew. Now it's like Mountain Dew's terrible. Yes, we're terrible. Yes, but at least you know you were going to be drinking that.
Yeah.
But if you think it's water, and then you
Yeah.
get that double XP weekend, you're like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
want
Very
this.
jarring. Yeah.
No.
The way I was explaining it was we were playing punk rock music to a bunch of Christian old ladies, and some of them got into it, you know.
I wonder,
But
yeah.
most of the crowd was just ready to throw, Sunday's shortbread at us.
And their rosaries,
Yeah.
hoping it whips us in the eye. Yeah, but I thought the cast was fun, and
I had a
it
lot
was
of
a
fun.
really good time. And yeah, it's just actually really interesting when you start to break down what like the average Summit viewer really does want. And I
Well, they
think it
want
was,
big names, and none of us are really big names.
yeah, that's huge. And it will also, for when me and Miles commentated Mario Party, I think we did a pretty funny job on that. But going back and I watched, and people were just like, yes, I realize this is okay, but I want to hear Mangus talk. That's the content I want. Someone literally said, that's the content I want.
You could hear Mangus talk though. There was a mic there.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
hard.
but it's not.
It,
like,
it was really muddy, kind of like real MPL, where it was like,
Uh-huh.
if you're not letting them speak and then you speak, there's this weird mixing and also ebb and flow, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But the reality of it is, Mario Party, Grace walked up to Mango and she said, when you start playing Mario Party, I'll give you your first beer, and that's when you get your first one.
Really.
Yeah, and I was like, Mango, they know how to get you to do stuff around here. He's like, yep, they sure do. So the pros, for them, that's the part of the day where they're just trying to relax and get ready for Mafia or get ready to have a relaxing evening, and then they're not trying to be as entertaining as possible there. And every commentator as well, even though we were kind of slated to do Mario Party, Lovage was, I think it was Brandon who was like, there's no way I'm doing Mario Party.
Oh,
So
really?
what I'm trying to say is that although the people at home probably wanted, more well-known people than us, and maybe Mango to be commentating his own game and that kind of thing, for the people who actually are doing that and then put their hand up for Mario Party and say, yeah, I'll be the guy who stops playing friendlies, it's pretty low effort for the players.
Okay.
So I don't know how much better it would have been if you just put a mic on Mango and he's not gonna.
Well, there was a mic. I don't.
You see what I'm saying?
I
though?
disagree with what you're saying. Is like we did the work of lifting the responsibility off their backs.
Yeah.
Like I think that's dumb. I don't think we did that because it's like they could have been. What I'm saying is I feel like your average Summit viewer is totally fine with like. For one, it was a 15-turn game free for all, not MPL standard.
Definitely not. It's like trying to seriously commentate a free for all in Melee.
but it was more like that Summit viewer, they don't even care if Mango is just kind of muttering or like the players are just kind of lightly bullshitting every turn, every
yeah,
2
yeah.
turns.
I think they would rather have someone who's like known or no one at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's fine, and that's just an interesting thing that I feel like maybe I didn't learn because I feel like I always knew it, but I also think it's the swap that gets very jarring. Like we went straight from Mafia, the longest game of Mafia in recorded history,
No,
to 3 douches in a garage
with a
and-
mosquito flying around.
and there might have been like maybe that simply is too jarring as well, and it's just I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, we kind of don't have enough stars. It's like we're playing Mario 64,
Yeah.
and we got to like clip through the wall because we don't have enough stars.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
and people who are like they just want to see Mario being played.
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
they're like
We're having to do all this really like weird, gross stuff just to get into Bowser.
Yeah, but either way, I think it was a really good thing to sort of realize. Also, it's been a long time since I've personally been shit on by chat, like a Twitch chat, and it's a nice,
Yeah.
humbling experience.
What, they were shitting on you during Mario Party, or just both of us?
Well, both of us, but yeah, I was talking more of the podcast.
Okay, yeah. The podcast was a bit like we were getting hit with rotten fruit in the chat,
Yeah, yeah,
but
which is fine.
you know what though?
'Cause it's like, yeah,
I didn't
the
think it
moral
was
of
that
this
bad,
show's always
though.
been fuck 'em though.
yeah, and what's also like, if you're doing you, and someone's talking that good shit, that I like.
The worst thing to do would be change, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's just always been how it's been since day one. Luckily, now we're back in our little closed, encased bubble.
We're back in that
with,
little
with the 200, almost 200 viewers.
in
It's
our
pushing
cave.
it
Yeah.
in our
We
cave.
typically get 200.
what's
About
it called?
200.
Like in Virosphere or something, like a little bio box. So you keep like bugs in there.
A biodome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our little like
This is our
small Earth.
Yeah, this is our habitat. This is our lizard tank.
Yeah.
And there's like a little plant over there and a rock that Miles likes to sleep on, and
We got a heat lamp.
yeah, it's nice and warm.
I
Rob,
didn't think-
Rob feeds us live crickets every now and then.
Yeah.
I didn't think the chat was that bad. I think it was just typical like Twitch chat with Redditors in it,
Yeah.
wanting answers about the Mafia game and then not getting them. So they're like, "Peace."
Yeah, I guess.
Like I don't know. I've always been pretty far removed from like Twitch chats. You know.
Yeah, but now you're a fiend.
I just like
I converted you into a
I like fiending because the moment like songs hit and people are like, "Oh, this is fucking sick." I just want people to like get hype over like we used Goosebumps. you
Yeah,
know?
no, same. I agree.
Which was actually the best part of fiending that because everyone thought it was like a boozle and we were just doing a rerun because it was too late.
It also played a clip. I think the clip I sent Kevin wasn't cut properly, and so it started playing a clip of an earlier podcast.
And everyone was
intro.
like,
I
"Rerun?
was like,
what,
what
the fuck?"
Yeah, so
And
That's
that's bad.
cool. It's so
No, that
jarring,
was
though.
sick. I like that.
I
a
don't
lot.
think that's sick. Okay, so that's the way like Ken likes to think when he makes stuff is like, no, it'll be fucked up and then it'll be really funny.
That is fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, like we have to craft the fuckery. But
No, but like having a homemade like having it chaotically fucked is more nice than having something that looks like it was chaotically fucked.
yeah, but if you do it right, no one can tell the difference.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
and
just
I
looks
just
a
like
perfect
control
song.
is all.
What it looked like was a boozle, which I'm
Yeah,
I'm all about.
fair
you know,
enough,
because
yeah.
everyone was like rerun. Like there was actually people disappointed. Like rerun, what the fuck? And then it just like goes to us like randomly.
We
'cause, like,
disappointed even the people that wanted to see us. That I think is the
That's-
level that we can bring
yeah.
everyone. You know what I
There
To
were
mean?
me,
some
that's the
warriors
hype
in the
stuff.
chat though saying, defending us.
Well,
Yeah.
by the end, it's just like okay, the people who actually like listen.
You know what's really funny? We were
And-
talking about this a couple podcasts ago. Is like there are people who will just sit in Twitch chat. It was like midnight. If you're on the East Coast, you're on Smoko
Yeah.
as well.
It's 3 a.m. Yeah.
And they're Big Apple, and they are willing to just sit there and continue to be mad. And I'm like, all right, like if it were me, I would turn on Mitch Flower Power.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah.
Amen, brother. I'd just start watching highlight videos, see who got a record that day. But yeah, it's amazing how people feel so entitled to good content at 3 a.m. Like either watch it or don't, you know?
Yeah, and
Oh.
I mean, I get it.
I don't even call it good content. Not to say that our content is.
No, I'm saying
good.
they feel entitled to it.
Yeah, well, they just want to see Mangus do anything. They want to see Mangus breathe. I think if
Mangus
there was,
is going to bed at that point.
if
He's
they
long
want,
gone.
they would rather
They
watch
should just
Mango.
a Mangus sleep camp.
They would rather watch that than anything that is a person like no names like us like are doing.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is. And
Yeah.
I actually don't see anything wrong with that. Like I personally don't. I
Oh.
don't like want that to watch that myself.
Yeah,
But I get it, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's just the way
you
it
do it
be.
of like Josh Homme.
Josh Homme sleep cam. Absolutely, I would do that every
Absolutely.
single night.
If Clinton Stevens just did a 24-hour
Dude, are you,
stream
are you
and
joking? I'm not watching someone sleep. I don't give a fuck.
it's Clint though.
Clint,
Think
No,
of the memes. If he tosses and turns in chat,
Yeah,
he's
No,
nightmaring.
No, that's
what
not
if
funny
it,
to
but
me.
what if it's him sleeping but like every like Twitch emote gets spammed on his
I
thing?
hate Twitch spam walls where it's like, haha, we're all understanding the same. It's like I say one and then you say one and then he says one and we just keep doing that. But it's really funny because we're all doing it.
He says that, but when his emotes got spammed during the podcast, he was like, "Yes."
That was good.
You're a fun.
But that's-
Every time.
The reason that's good is because it showed that we had some defenders.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
But I had a great time at Summit. I was honestly expecting to get bussed in at 9 p.m. You know, hang around for an hour, do our block, go home with Anthony, and then Anthony said, "You're allowed to stay on Saturday, man. Like you can come before then, and just hang around."
Yeah.
And because I've heard a lot of people complain that the house is really full. You know. And
Yeah,
obviously there
well,
are-
that was from last summit,
I-
which got out of hand.
I personally
guess.
thought it was pretty full, so I can only imagine like
It didn't feel full really.
I
Being
don't-
there. Like it didn't feel
For
overcrowded.
me,
You know what I will say? When I was there last time, during the after party, because that was the only time I was allowed to come, was do media day and do slime on the scene, and then on Sunday they were like, "You can come to the after party if you want." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, and Ken was like, "I would say you could hang out, but it's just so many people." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine." And then I remember the after party. I was like, "There's a lot of people here," but this time the after party was actually pretty mellow. I mean, it wasn't
was kinda
mellow. It
just
was
like a
it was
house
pretty
party.
rowdy, but it was
Yeah.
like it was more of a kickback than a rager.
Yeah, for
And
real.
it felt like a rager at Smash Summit 5. And I was
Really?
like, yeah, and I was like, there's a lot of people here.
yeah, I could only imagine. I guess for me as a person, I don't like going into a room and not being able like
Rum.
going into any room and there's like a person in it is just very like jarring to me.
Just one person.
What?
Well,
So seeing people inside
just the fact that I
it's hard for you.
just the fact that I could go to any room and I know it's gonna have like a few people in it. Like there's no like place to like escape. And
I like
guess, like,
that. I really like that personally.
and like the cameras and stuff like that. I just felt like
What are you talking
I
about?
felt like
It wasn't like that. There were like 3 empty rooms at all times.
I didn't experience that at all.
What about the one with the futon in it?
There's a futon there.
Yeah, so you didn't explore the room. The rooms.
Well, you know what? Someone didn't give us a little house tour, even though we asked them to.
I was busy. I came
I
in
didn't even
Saturday
notice.
morning and I had shit to do.
Really? Because after the History of Smash, when you were just like, "Oh, someone's over."
Yeah,
don't
I
have to
said
do
someone's
anything.
over. I'm
Don't
done.
have to do anything.
It's done. It's
And
over.
it was like 12 p.m.
It was not. No, it was like 2 because we had to stall. Remember?
Oh yeah.
The stalling
I
was
had to
pretty
stall on
funny.
the couch, which was fine. But yeah, it was.
I just don't like being around people and cameras.
I'm starting to
Yeah.
feel. I'm starting to get that. I should have picked that up on day Zot, but
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go. I didn't go Sunday for that reason. I just don't think I could do like 2 days of that.
yeah. I mean, Sunday was actually a really nice
It
kickback
seemed
day.
way more. It probably would have been way more mellow or something.
It usually is. There's still content pieces that roll out, which, like the summit editors, those are the true warriors because their job really doesn't stop. Because the editors are also the like the film, like the cameramen
Yeah.
and the director of photography, if you want to call it.
So when Rob's not walking around getting those shots to cut to, he's editing as well.
Dan,
Dan.
Rob's production. So he's just managing the live stream.
What's going on the stream?
And then the mobile cam when he wants to get something that's cool.
yeah. The mobile cam shots were all really good, I thought.
Dude, the AMSA when he pops off, it was in the outro video.
Oh, okay.
AMSA's raw pop off. He just after beating H-Box and he just screams.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Sick.
good times.
Yeah, that's impressive to me because there's like just people locked away in rooms, just like hammering shit out. You know.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like the content room is just like 5 people at computers, nonstop.
Scressing.
Yeah, and like I was stressing too, but my job sort of gets finished when the filming's done. I don't have to do much, or not. It's not like I have to do much. I have to monitor the show and make sure everything's kind of going well. But Ken was also helping out do that a lot, so I was more just like making sure everything was running smoothly. But the hands-on like running around that was over after Friday, because I also helped with the Scar and Toph show a little bit, just a tiny little bit.
Soundboard.
The soundboard, yeah, I did the soundboard. But yeah, but the thing I'm just saying, like the editing guys are just it's
Yeah.
like a steam engine, and then someone's just putting coal, and it's just like
5 guys just.
it's like the Titanic.
Yeah.
It's just like ah.
Yeah, I kept asking Dan how Santa's elves were doing.
Santa's elves.
It's just magic, the stuff just comes out.
I don't like that.
They
Yeah.
just push out the content.
Yeah, and you know what? Like doing Summit and being a part of it this time, I keep trying to look at it through the lens of me like 2 years ago. And let's say I was doing the old podcast, like in a dark room at night with 2 other boys on Discord, and I'm like, what would I think of it now? What would that person think of all this?
Of
and like
the content.
yeah, and what would like lil 25-year-old slime be like? This sucked and this sucked and this sucked and this was cool and this sucked. Like, what would I say? And I'm like, I'd probably think the Bad Melee podcast was like I'd roast that.
What we do now.
I'd roast it being at Summit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't...
Yeah.
I
You know
think
what
it
I
was
mean?
just...
I'd roast Mafia because it's fuck Mafia.
You're just bad and trash.
I think Mafia's
Trash.
fine, but I think the same people who fiend watching Mafia are like the same people who are in Twitch chat shitting on our show in that they're just dummies.
Maybe.
No, it's not
I think
dumb to hate
the payoff
something.
the payoff of Mafia is the same as the payoff of watching live poker, where it's like you can see both hands, right? You can see all of the whole cards, and it's just so fucking easy to be right at that point, you know. Oh, like I can't believe Axe didn't see Cowboy Chillin raise one eyebrow after they killed this guy off. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Like,
I
it's
mean,
just so
That's like
easy
a
to hate.
professional setting where everyone is on the same playing field, and these are just people who.
I
Some of
I
them
don't
are
think
the first
speculating
game
on Mafia, like, I just,
Yeah.
That's the fun for the viewers, though.
yeah, of course.
Is knowing and then being able to be smarter than the people who are way better than them at Melee.
Well, that's why Ken boozled them last time.
I liked that.
Yeah.
where everyone was Mafia.
And no, nobody was. And then they turn off the lights and just take someone out every time. And Ken was, no one was Mafia, and they were just picking people at random. And it was a giant boozle on the chat.
Dumb as hell. I don't like that.
You like that?
I think that's such a good experiment.
That's so funny. Yeah, it was a good experiment. Everyone liked it. Like, oh my god, he got us.
I think doing it blind is cool.
In general.
Yeah, where it's like they don't have like so and so is Mafia, so and so is cop. Because I think that makes it more exciting
I think
because you
Mafia-
never know.
It's like a good game, but I'm just so trash at it that I'm not interested in it at all.
Didn't Trap House use a grind Mafia?
We used to play a lot.
We used to play a lot of Mafia, and we had shout-outs to Envy, our dear friend and roommate. He was always the one who was like trying to like get the frame data on the game.
Run the game,
and just like he's like, so guys, you kill me first. He had this strat of killing someone first round every time, and then we just solved the game. And it's like, cool, sick, fun. Like I was mad. I was the guy who was like, he's just chain grabbing.
Yeah, but it's literally a social game, so trying to do that is actually lame.
Yeah, agree. So, but either way, we haven't. That was actually when we first met Ludwig. Remember? When we first like hung out with Ludwig.
Yeah, I remember when Ludwig and Ben arrived.
Yeah.
They were just sitting in my living room.
Ooh, what a
What
saga.
a tasty treat.
What a saga it would become. That was within 2 days of hanging out with Ludwig, I saw his balls and he saw mine.
Oh, that's when Hanging Brain was big.
Yeah.
Hanging Brain's a real throwback at this point.
It is.
Dumb fucking me.
Remember when we saw Chong's nuts?
They were so great.
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember that?
I don't think I saw him.
You were on the. Well,
I know
were you sitting too far on the side of the table?
I used to be an N boy, remember?
Okay, so it was me, Ludwig, I think Miles, and you.
Yeah.
And then Chong, at the very end of the Brown Star Ludwig episode, he comes up, and we're like, whatever, Chong's there. And then Ludwig looks up, and he's like, oh, and then I look up, and I just see Chong's weird, dark nutsack.
He got me as well.
You didn't see it?
I don't remember.
We'll have
seeing
him show you at home, don't worry.
Yeah,
about
dude.
You can see again.
it. You still
I'm
got
sure,
him.
dude. I would hope.
Did we put you on the door? I forgot. You're definitely
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
door.
And he's like 1 millimeter taller than
Right,
me.
that's right. But yeah, what was I gonna say about Sunny?
You were talking about how
Yeah.
old Anthony.
Yeah, old Anthony would have thought. I don't know. I
I will say current Summit, like at least production in terms of like how they go about doing skits or whatever you want to call them. I think it's definitely gotten way better, like slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Which is obviously that's a process and like
old
filling up.
Anthony did roast the old skit stuff. Which, to be fair, I don't think my main man's Ken was on the staff at the time. He joined on Summit 4, I believe. But it was like the You're Watching SFAT.
Yeah.
And the Dreamland clapping enforcer. I would have never gone with that.
I
Yeah.
I would have never gone
I
with
think
Dewan
Dreamland-
Energy McDaniel. Never
Yeah.
gone with that.
Whoever was writing that stuff had a real hard on for like non sequitur or whatever the term is.
Non sequitur.
Yeah, non
Yeah,
sequitur.
just kind of like ultra random. Penguin of Doom.
And just like strange jokes that like you kind of everyone looks at the camera and it's just like Dewan Energy McDaniel and then it just cuts, you know?
Yeah.
Like that weird kind of
It
creepy-
reminded me of like Adult Swim like intermissions.
Yeah.
But
not
not
good.
good.
Yes. And that's the thing about that sort of style, like dubstep. If you try it and it's sick, it sounds pretty good, back for what it is, dubstep.
Well,
But if it's bad, it sounds like absolute hardcore shit, right?
Yeah.
And you take it's like a huge risk.
and I think the payoff at the top level is like you're still listening to dubstep.
Exactly.
Even if it goes well. It's like
yeah. You need
best-
to really I guess that's a wrong analogy because dubstep has a ceiling and that kind of stuff I think
I
can
think
really
it does
just go
have a
up.
ceiling.
You think that
I
style of
think
stuff?
I think you're watching SFAT has a hard ceiling.
No, yeah, it
but
does.
that's
a
very
I'm-
specific thing.
absurdist, like weird style, Adult Swimmy style. That ceiling is way high for me, at least.
Yeah.
I value that a lot.
I like it, but I think that if every skit is like that, then it takes away like the expectations that you're having when you watch a skit, and then it's like that. You're like, whoa, this was weird, this was jarring, this made me feel strange. And then if every clip's like that, that's
absolutely.
gone.
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to be different. But yeah, there was that. What else would
Just
I have thought
the-
was lame as shit?
The visuals as well are much better. Like the equipment is much better. Or
It's
whoever's
more. It's
using
just
it.
more cinematic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the guys
Sick.
that work for Summit are just they're I don't know they're
The
they're
process
nerds.
of like getting.
we're all nerds.
Yeah. You're a big fucking nerd. My mic cut out. I feel like
no,
it
it on the thing. It did, I
Whatever,
think.
dude. I'm over. I'm sick of this podcast.
But yeah, it was like I don't know what else. God damn. And that's a weird litmus test for me to have to do for everything I do now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Summit.
But are you making videos for the old you, like, and not for?
Yeah,
Are you
because
trying to hit the
roughly the same,
broadest
but
audience?
right now I'm more compassionate towards humans.
Yeah. No, I understand that. But are you trying to hit Are you trying to hit old you? Is that the person you're going for, or are you trying to? Maybe you're old enough now to know that you were never the target audience.
I want old me with all of his sort of bitterness to still be like, okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah. But also everybody else in the world to say that, to be laughing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think but the time where old you existed was also the time where Summit was bad. I'll say it.
True. And yeah, and I also roasted the system as well about the voting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
which is
Well,
they're
voting hasn't really changed, right?
no, but they're trying to clean
But
it up.
here's-
There's like the idea that they at least are aware of the problem and trying to fix it is
Yeah.
like a huge step as opposed to let you eat onions.
Yeah. Also, a big thing for us was like because this summit just didn't the voting just didn't go absolute bonker wild ape
It was
shit,
pretty
Uh-huh.
tame.
and it was actually some of the lowest numbers, right? And like I guess what we thought was really great was that okay, I'm gonna be biased, but I think this one was better than Smash on 5. I'm just gonna say it content wise.
I'm gonna say no.
Content-wise,
yeah.
I think so.
I think it was just
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
whole, it was much more rounded out, right? And it was like we made a better product, even though we received far less like vote money, and it just means that like that's at the end of the day, that's what we care about the most is just like giving you people something that's good all the time, and I don't know, for a lot of times I wish last year didn't pop off so hard because it's like. I don't know.
It felt like not worth. Is that what you mean?
No, it's
It's
just,
just like when you could do better. Like they did better with
I think
less.
the people
you
got
know?
what they wanted though.
I hope so. But yeah, but now I don't know. Would 2 years ago me liked me?
No.
I think so.
I
Maybe
mean,
not. Maybe
We're
not.
like 95% the same.
Not the couch stuff. I don't think 2 years ago you liked the Mario Party commentary.
I think I would have liked that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just general comedy.
I thought it. Yeah.
We did great too.
Yeah, we did.
Welcome.
But if the podcast came on and you were still watching back then, I think having the opinion of
Maybe I would have liked that too.
because you like that down in it's a big subversion. We're in the garage for a start. We're
Yeah.
not on the couch.
Yeah.
It's at Summit, but it's like, why the fuck are these guys here?
Yeah. Maybe
It's
I
at-
would have liked that.
It's at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
because I would have been like, hey, that's like me.
There's literally no one else in the fucking house. It's 1 a.m.
I don't
It's
know.
like there's bugs
It's just
in the
us
fucking
and
garage.
It was just
and,
us and Grace and Rob in the house at that point.
Yeah.
And
yeah, everyone
and
got
Colin, I
busted.
think.
and Colin and the dude
Yeah,
in the
Col-
back that
Col-
we didn't know was in the back, and we're just
Oh
like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
so one of the camera guys, Ryan, that we hired on
Ryan,
for
yeah.
the gig, who's an awesome. He was Mango 3.
Yeah,
He was the
I
guy
get
that
it.
like yeah, and he apparently was just working. He was editing a video the entire time we did the podcast in the little back room of the garage. We didn't even know. He was in there just the whole time.
It
just
was like
yeah,
Saw.
just big working. Yeah, he should have came out during the stream, which scared the
comes
shit out
out
of us.
naked.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Sub. But yeah, I don't know. You know what's funny? I was watching the outro video, which Dan likes to make those super cinematic and stuff, and it's just like
Those are like the coolest thing to me. I think because you could see the effort put in paying off at least.
yeah, and it's just from stuff shot throughout the whole time, and,
Yeah.
and I remember I was watching it, and then it goes to all the players, and the music's really cool, and then it goes to the talent, and then it puts all the names up, and then it says content, and it's all our names, and then it's crew, which is like all the crew, like
Jared
Grace,
the audio
Grace
guy.
and Jared and all that stuff, and I remember watching that. It was last night, and I'm like, nice, it's over, we did it. It turned out really well, and I was like, now what? And I realized in that moment, I was like, oh, I get it now. And I kind of got this a couple months ago as well, but I was like, it's never going to be enough.
It's never gonna end.
It's never. Like, I felt so empty in that one moment. I was like, there's nothing right now. And then I had to wait for the water glass to fill up a little bit more. I'm like, okay, now we're back. Now we're going to keep, like, just look forward to the next thing. But in that moment, like, it's done. Now what? And fuck, that was cool.
Yeah.
That emptiness was cool because it was like, well, I have to fill this with something. And I just kind of magnetized towards just something, right? Like next summit or whatever.
The next thing
Yeah.
that's available to do.
Or Australia.
Australia, sure, yeah. I'm talking like, yeah. It was a very fucked up feeling, because some people like, yeah, and I wasn't like, yeah. I was like,
You weren't like celebrating it
what
at
do I?
all?
No, I was. What do I do?
Actually, I get that.
You know?
Where it's just over and it's just
It's like you finish your
okay.
favorite game or movie, and you just like, oh, now what?
I think it's because when you're in, just like slogging stuff out, just like in the midst of it all, like you don't see the end, and when it's over, like because you've existed, like your whole existence for that like weekend was just Summit,
Yeah.
and now it's like
For like the whole week.
that's literally all you knew, and then now that's gone. It's like, oh well.
Yeah, well, it was also a symptom of like sauce. Honestly, I felt the sauce drained out, and I was like, wait, if it's not there, now what? And it was also like a lot of the sketches and stuff, like Smash History, we had just cut it down to the wire. There's mistakes in there and stuff, and I was like, not just the mistakes, but I was like, this could have been better. Like this could have been better.
Yeah.
This could have been better. It'll be better next time. And I was just like, that was the only thing I could think of at all times. And it was nice. I like that. It's comforting to always never be fulfilled.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It'd always be like, oh, we could do better. We could do better. It's.
So-
I think it's important for any creative type of thing that anyone does. We talked about it. We used the fucking meme, or it's abandoned.
Yeah,
Never
it's
finished.
it's true though.
But like the idea of that, you're not. Once you like, I think once a person like puts something out and is just like, that's fucking sick. It's like probably not as sick as it could have been.
No,
You know?
and maybe
It's
it
still
is.
okay to be chuffed with what you've done, though.
But it is. But
Yeah, but you could.
chuffed. Is that like
Yeah.
having a boner?
No,
Is that
Oh.
like being torqued?
no, being chuffed is like, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
it sounds
pretty-
so.
It's like one
gro-
level down from being stoked.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
I like that actually.
Yeah.
So like,
Because it's dangerous to get too stoked.
yeah, no, being chuffed is like, all right, that was cool. I did it.
It's like, yeah, I was hanging out with Harry and he was chuffed in the car next to me and it was gross. He had a boner. I can imagine that.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's weird that that's what you jump to.
I thought the same thing. Honestly.
Yeah, it sounds kind of gross. Either way,
Chuffed.
what I was saying was that it's I'm gonna be like this until I die. I realized too that night, which was last night.
Yeah, that's hype.
I was like, I am going to die, never truly feeling like I did it, and I'm okay with that.
yeah, it's sick.
It's not as spooky as
Well-
it sounds
You set goals, you break them, and you set new ones.
till it's over.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck,
But that keeps
fuck yeah.
that keeps things interesting.
Fuck yeah, I'm sauced.
But yeah, it was great. I thought I was just gonna be shuttled in and out. Then I was allowed to come on Saturday. Then as we were leaving after the skit, Grace said, "Well, are you coming back tomorrow?" And I said, "If I'm allowed, I'd love to, but I didn't expect to be." And she said, "Yeah, definitely come back."
Yeah.
And that was really nice because at that point, I was just like a little bug not going under the radar because I was definitely having conversation. I know all the staff and I've been hanging out and stuff. But even to be there for one day was such a privilege that I thought, all right, I had my Christmas. Like, I had my gift. And then there's more.
Yeah, it's like you wake up and it's Christmas again.
Yeah, yeah.
And the gifts are different, and you got your old ones too.
Yeah, yeah. And it was cool just to I have like somewhat of a relationship with pretty much every like the commentators. We've seen them at every event we've been at the last year or
Yep.
two. So there's been all of these dinners and all of these times with these people separately, and it was just really cool to see them all together. And I was like, oh, Vish, remember we were at, he was like, oh, dude, good to see you again. And there was a moment like that with everybody. And it was kind of like the end of a video game where you find all of the people that you've collected.
Yeah.
And I had already had a connection with almost everybody there.
Yeah.
So it was just really easy to bring those back and have another great time.
You know what I thought
It was like
really
seeing friends again.
was really cool on Sunday is you were just slumped on the couch. You were sleeping.
I was sleeping, yeah.
And Armada comes down and he's like, Miles. And I'm like, oh man, he's probably wants Miles to warm up. So I just start like tapping your knee real quick.
And I was getting up.
Yeah,
I got up so fast.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, he's gonna definitely want to play with Armada. And then you warmed up for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, we played for about 50 minutes. It was great.
And then I went into the Discord and I'm like, if SFAT beats Armada, you know whose fault it was, boys.
He's
And he
really
didn't.
good. He's really good on a warm up. Like I felt him getting better as the 45 minutes went on, and he just plays such an interesting game of Melee where it's like you laser, he reacts to that and dashes Peach forward one dash, and then you laser again. Suddenly he's closer, and then you're either gonna at that point because you have no stage, you're either gonna shield or you're gonna jump, and he either has a read off what your tendencies and just hard grabs or hard like aerials where the
Stuffs
jump's
you.
going to be. And it feels like he's gambling sometimes, but he's like making big educated guesses. And if he hits you, you die in that situation.
Yeah.
And so it was just really interesting to play this game of Melee with somebody who... I was like, all right, well, you shoot one laser and then start dash dancing again. You can't double laser because he just gets too much space. He's just going to take it off you. And then suddenly he's moving around too, and I'm thinking, if you drill, he teleports off the SDI. So you have to be ready for that. And then he would teleport, and I would like dash back, and he would try to down smash because he's trying to SDI behind me and then get the down smash. So I would read that and then get the grab, get an up air maybe, but he teleports off those as well. And so it was just this cool game where I was only ever being rewarded for really good play. And I could hit him and I was getting stocks off him and stuff, but every time I tried to do something dumb or like, just please let this work, it just never did.
Never. He
You
never
go-
gives you one.
You go for like the dumb option that you spam out because it works, and it never works. So it was great to play Melee like that because every game I was just refining and doing less, And it feels like the pros are really good at doing as little as possible, They move in neutral and wait, like even moving is a huge commitment. So it was great. It was great to play that kind of Melee.
At that level, there's no waste, and that's what's really cool because it may, like you watch like two like top 10 players play against each other, and it's like, oh, they're just kind of fucking dashing. Like every single input is like
it's a bet.
It's a bet.
Yeah.
Everything, and the higher you get, the more that becomes a thing.
Yeah, and newer players are very quick to put out. They're always trying to put out hitboxes to cover themselves, or putting moves out to do the same thing that movement does for these guys. And it's just really fun to play that kind of Melee.
Yeah.
Because I was whittling down my own bad habits, and I think a lot of people. It's kind of like you're making a statue out of a giant log, and most people's statue at best looks like a polygonal kind of human, and they've whittled down the mistakes and all of the bad parts until it looks like a masterpiece.
It looks like them.
Yeah, and it was cool to do that to my own game to like really shave away the pieces that I haven't been punished for in a while.
That's sick. Yeah. I'm glad too. That was one of the buffs. I was like, I hope Miles can hang out because he'll just get to play. And remember, that's like the reason why this all is a thing. Is 'cause we at one time liked to play.
And it's I think this is just getting to the top 100 or someone like Ginger. He's now cracked into that group where they will play him and they'll spend time with him. He gets to go to something like Summit. He's in now, and that opens up that realm of Melee for you all the time, right? And once it's almost like once you can get into a circle where those kind of friendlies are going on, it's just another buff because all you're doing is playing people who are testing you all the time.
Yeah,
and
that's huge.
It makes the game more enjoyable again, and makes you want to keep up. Like being beat in Melee has always been my favorite part of wanting to play. Like if someone in the room can 4-stock me, I'm like, let's play.
Right.
And so I think that once you get to that level where, because those guys pretty much only play each other at tournaments, right? Like ranked players will pretty much stick to playing each other. So it's like a club where once you get your card, and it was cool to see the inside of that club because it was really fun, and it motivated me to want to get the card
Right,
to be
right, right.
allowed in there more often.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like there is a place where Melee is still this like really, really cool, fun thing, but you just have to get there.
Yeah.
And to do that, you kind of need to get there on your own to prove that you're worthy of being part of the group.
Leffen also said something about he's like, Melee is still so fun to me, except playing against Puff. That's the one time I'm not having fun. And you know he's Leffen, right?
Yeah.
Like
Axe said that too. About
Axe said,
Hungry
yeah,
Bucks.
Axe said something more harrowing,
Yeah.
which was it's not even like I'm playing the game against Jigglypuff,
Yeah.
which
That's
is
fucked
like
up.
fuck, ouch, brother. Sounds like it hurts.
We were upstairs and we were warming up, and Amada would turn and occasionally watch in every room at Summit there's a screen playing the stream, pretty much. So he was watching Axe Young Link play against Hungry Box.
Yeah. I
And
think he went 2 games with Young Link, and then he switched to Pikachu.
yeah. Anyway, one of the games was a timeout, and Amada was like, "That's 3 timeouts now." He's like, he hates timeouts,
Really?
and he was saying that what's the pattern is Puff, and all of those dumb redditors can't blame Fox anymore because the woke opinion was that Fox is causing the timeouts because he's lasering,
Okay.
and that's not the matchup. That's the Fox choosing to play lame and run the timer out. And he was saying, "Look, it's not. It's he just was hating on Puff and hating on timeouts so hard."
Armada had long ass games too, though.
But he's saying Hungrybox is the one doing that.
Interesting.
But I mean, like Armada playing
Interesting.
other people besides Hungrybox had long games.
He was just hating. He's just a turbo Puff hater,
Yeah.
and he was saying that this is the meta that she's bringing about. But I didn't mind that. I thought the Amsa timeout was really fun.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think. Well, okay. What was the analogy you made? I keep forgetting.
With
but it was
Mafia,
really good.
and I was like,
Mafia,
that
yeah.
game of Mafia was a timeout where it sucked the entire way through until the
Till
very
the
end.
where it gets exciting.
And I'd agree, most timeouts are like that, but
It's a big payoff.
what was
right?
the timeout with Hugo Toussaint.
Yeah,
That
because
one
it was like
sucked.
literally the last second. No, wait, which was the one?
It
that
was
like
literally the last second, and Toussaint got a backer.
Yeah,
And just
Yeah,
won.
yeah.
that was fucking bonkers.
You know why as well?
We kind of clowned him too. Like
He
Hugo for
deserved
that.
to be clowned.
Hugo?
Yeah.
Because Puff is in the air, right? And Hugo is holding shield with 1 second left in the game.
And he tries to wave dash back.
He goes for the wave dash back. He's like, "Time to win. This is all I've ever done to win."
Yeah.
He's a wave dash back.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, the Samus thing. I better wave dash back in this position,
Ah.
and it's like,
What's Puff
Get
gonna
back in
do?
for it.
Land in 1 second and then grab?
yeah,
Come on, mate. You can't do that.
Man, that was
yeah. Land 1 second, like a Puff facing behind you. Land, turn around, grab you. Like,
Yeah, he just. It was a bit of a chokesy
yeah.
to wave dash.
I think
Um,
that sucked the life out of him too.
Poor
He looked-
Hughes.
Very depressed when that
Oh.
one hit.
What was the other one? There's AMSA timeout.
I felt like this summit, like while there was a lot of cool matches that we don't see typically being played, dude, it was just like so long.
There were some long games.
There was a lot of long.
There's some long ones.
On Sunday? Yeah, I fell asleep through a lot of the
To be fair, I am a
long ones.
notorious top 8 sleeper.
I am too.
I will turn on a top 8 at home and have it on a screen and then just fall asleep and then wake up when it's like grands.
I usually
Happens
wake
a lot
up
to
at
me.
top 4.
Yeah.
And I'm usually actually I usually try to wake up when I start hearing the shines. Yeah. Dude, Axe versus Hungrybox. Axe is, you know what, they're both alright guys, but and they're both great players, but watching that, I just know some sets you just know what the outcome is and you know it's going to take 25 minutes. You know?
Yeah, and well, what does that mean?
It means that I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay, yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm a day sleeper, and usually tournaments top 8s are on Sundays. So Sunday, I'm just gonna be napping. I'm gonna be weaving in and out of consciousness, watching the video game at home.
Yeah.
That's just how I do it.
Especially at Summit, it's so easy. There's so many rooms with couches and beanbags and stuff.
Just big nappy. But I didn't nap.
It's a Smash player's dream because they're used to sleeping anyway, but just at a venue with no beanbags and couches.
Yeah.
Dude, like Mayhems where West Balls would just be kind of like conked out in a corner,
Yeah.
just waiting for
Or
bulls
people
to end.
sleeping on the floor of like Cal Poly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that was my first SSS. Mike Hayes, I think, and someone else were just sleeping on the floor
Dude,
together.
so many
You know
people
somebody's a
sleep on the
good
floor.
melee player when they're asleep at the local.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing in pools trying to make it out.
Yeah. They don't need to warm up for Frito.
Yeah.
Overall, though, it was great to be there, and we were saying as we were leaving on Sunday night, everyone's just real cool, man. The more we hang
Yeah.
out, the more we realize that everyone's just cool.
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
What
It's
is?
because you don't talk to everybody.
What are
He
you
doesn't
talking
talk,
about?
so he can just go home and talk that
I
good
talk-
shit still.
What are
I'm
you
kidding. I'm
talking
kidding.
about?
I'm kidding. I'm
Dude,
kidding. I'm kidding.
I was talking to people. Like,
No, you were fine. It was.
people were coming out. Dawson's here. That's my dog.
Weston was really happy to see you.
Weston, hanging out with Bobby. Siege was cool. Zach.
Can we real quick? Can we just
Little
gush? Can we
Bobby-
just gush?
Cool. Bobby Siege appreciation,
Can-
5 minutes.
Can we just say that Bobby Siege is the most optimal human, and I just fucking love that
I
guy
love him.
so
I'm gonna
much.
say it.
And he's just like the nicest man.
He's just encouraging. He
And
encourages me.
you, and it's just like fun to be around. And if like, fuck, man, everyone's got to meet Bobby Siege and be like, that's the guy.
Yeah. You know what he told me
He's
as well?
the man.
He said, I used to be really mean. And when me
Really?
and SFAT met each other, we hated each other, and I was just mean to him.
That's bananas.
And he said one
so
day,
hype.
That's bananas.
he's like, I was just a really mean teen.
wow.
And he said one day I was really mean to my mum. And then I thought to myself, my mum's the nicest person on earth. If I'm being mean to her, that's just not justified. I can't
Wow.
justify that. And so he had a kind of watershed moment, it sounds like. And he really changed.
Holy moly.
And now and you know what? I was talking to him, and I said, some people just never change from that. Some people just continue to be mean or continue to make the same mistakes.
It's true.
And introspection, I don't believe a lot in, this person's meant to be the best melee player in the world, or like natural talents. But I do believe that certain people choose the path of introspection at a much younger age. And that really changes people in everything they're going to do.
Well, how is that typically brought on? Because like
That seems
sometimes
like a
it's
natural talent.
being roasted can bring introspection, or it can make you like an incel.
And just hate everybody.
Yeah.
Incel Christopher Robin.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know what determines. I don't know if you can lead a horse to water. I think that particular ability to reflect and change, that seems like the most innate one. And if you have that, then you're going to be talented at whatever you choose to do.
I don't know. I feel like that's such a hunch, because it's like, for one, how do we really know? But also, like, how is it different from another? I guess you call it a psychological ability.
Because that one is where all psychological ability stems from.
Introspection.
Yeah.
Really?
And so I think that once you have the power of introspection, you could be better at or change yourself in anything else you want to do. And it seems like it's the one power that some people get, and other people are just like angrily eating Doritos aged 40 and yelling about how Kathy at work just won't settle your Excel spreadsheet problem.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it comes down to it's not me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I
It's
don't know what
someone else. It's something else.
I don't know what determines whether a person aged 14 like Bobby Siege turns into the wonderful human being we have today, or just somebody who's denying that till the day they die.
I don't know either, and it's interesting to think about. And there's a lot of times where people are like, people do some dumb shit, and you're like, don't you see you? Don't you look at you?
And they're like, no, it's never my fault.
And like, yeah, I do. It's just like, it's not me. And like, okay.
And then
And all you have to do to
and
say
then
to
you
that
take
is,
down their
it's true, dude.
I'm
It's
sick
true,
of this,
dude.
dude.
So D1 comes downstairs, and apparently throughout the whole weekend, the UCF Phantoms,
They were hot.
they were going hard. And none has been saying, half joking, half not, that it is caused by UCF. And everybody slowly has been getting on the half serious, half not bandwagon.
No one's sure.
So half the
No one wants to buy or sell
I'm
stock.
completely sure, and I will spend my life savings in the stock, that everyone's a fucking idiot who thinks more Phantoms because
You don't even play that much. If you played more, you would get it.
I played you 10 games. You took one of them.
Look,
How's that feel?
we didn't need to talk about that. Bobby
In
Siege.
front of Bobby.
Bobby Siege
In
watched.
front of your hero.
Bobby Siege watched Dawson four-stock me,
Oh, no.
and I was like, it's like this now.
It was like a minute. Less than a minute.
The minute
30.
27.
Yeah.
Playing Puzzle Bobble with Tafo and Bobby was one of the highlights of my weekend.
Puzzle Ball was very good. I am the second best.
I'd say I'm the second best. You got trunched. Remember? You owed me 15.
Did you ever take a game off Tafo?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I took games, didn't take sets. Oh, you mean like a set?
I didn't mean a set,
Okay.
but now I mean a set.
You did get a
Because
set?
I took some sets.
Yeah, okay, I didn't get any. But I trunched you specifically.
What was the other highlight when we're all sitting outside and Toph is like talking and then
Dude.
he looks at all three of us and he's like, "Wait, where the fuck is Ludwig?" And we just start busting out laughing, and he just like walks away.
didn't get
He
it?
said, "Where's Ludwig?" And we just look at each other. And we're like, for one, it starts off as a fake laugh, and then
Yeah.
it turns into
No,
a real
I was
laugh.
seriously laughing.
And we're just cracking up in Toph's face.
Yeah.
And Toph just looks at us, and he's like, and then just turns around and walks away from us. That was the best moment of Summit for me.
My second favorite is when we're in the kitchen and I was like, "Hey, can I could use that microwave, right?" And like something got brought about putting metal in the microwave,
Yeah.
and Alex was there, and I was like, "You said like you can't put metal in the microwave," and then I was like, "Yeah, I do it all the time," and then Alex just looks at me and is like, "No, you don't, you fucking liar!" Just
Wait.
like instantly call me out for it.
You were boozling?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's such an obvious bit. What do you think? He's buying a new microwave every time?
I
one
just thought he
explodes?
didn't use microwaves. I believed it.
You're such a dumbass.
I thought it was real.
Alex literally called me a liar, and we both laughed.
Yeah, but
about
he'll
it.
just say that anyway.
No, he'll say it when you lie. He doesn't say it if you're telling the truth.
God.
Are you that much of a dumbass that you think I don't use microwaves in 2K18?
I just 1999.
Am I living in 1999?
Microwaves are bad. Okay.
I honestly thought that. God, fuck books, man. Fuck them.
Fuck microwaves is a much better take than
Fuck
books.
microwaves and fuck books. Both of them.
Fuck Summit.
All right. I usually
All right.
I usually don't do this, but like when I was napping before this, I had a weird dream. You, me, and Miles were in a car. We drive to a 7-Eleven that's actually a giant mall,
That's cool.
and there was a library in there, and we were all looking through the library looking for books, which was a 7-Eleven mall library. And then we got our books, we went back into the car, and Miles started talking about how lame Marth is, and I asked him, I was like,
All right.
at what point are you just going to admit that it's you and not Marth? And then you just look at me and you smiled, and then I woke up. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, every pro... You hear Toph? Toph was low-key was saying, you know what I like about 10 years ago? You could say Marth beats Fox and everyone would just agree because M2K was botting everybody. And he's like, now... And you know what I said to Toph? I said, it's funny because the results haven't changed. And he's like, I know.
Yeah. It's wild. Also, I was wondering, like, let's imagine HBox. I think I talked about this last night, actually. Never mind. Like, HBox doesn't exist. He goes to his first tournament, gets washed, and then decides to just take a different path and become a normal man, and he never
Okay.
is in Melee.
Yeah.
I think you did talk about this, yeah.
But I was also thinking about what if that thing happened with Hacks? You know, Hacks goes to his first local, gets bodied, never goes on Smash boards again, and calls Reno bad things, and just goes and leads a different life where his hands are okay.
He's not doing pyramid schemes with Arduinos. and
He's
boxes
not
and-
getting rock bottomed, and he just doesn't like happen, right? Does the whole Fox is the best thing happen?
Yeah. Because it's not
Yeah.
it's not Hax's meme that started that. It's not 20XX. It's just... Even in 2000... Even when I started Melee, Fox wasn't winning shit. And Mango was the only one who could play him. Mango was playing both Fox and Falco and would win with Fox. But it wasn't Fox. It was Mango. Because he just was the far and away the best player at the time.
Yeah, but
And
people
every
aren't-
other Fox main was getting shit on.
No, they weren't getting shit on. They were still top 8s with a lot of Foxes.
Top 8s were like very multi-character full at that time.
Maybe at Evo, but like I think at every other tournament it was still like pretty...
Who was making it? Lucky hasn't made a lot of top 8s lifetime since I started watching.
Evil Nemesis. That's a throwback. You know Evil Nemesis?
No.
But yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Right. Now I
it's-
finally beat you. I finally got you on one.
I think since the beginning of Melee tier listing, people just saw TAS videos and went, "That's it. That's the best."
Yeah.
I think this is your Fox apologist.
I think he is the best character, but I don't think it's by much. And I think that it's what a lot of the pros who I've been listening to debate this in over the last 2 days, and also over the last time that I've been here, is that the game really favors floaties, and a really underrated part of the game is that humans play it, and that lends itself to characters that can take more neutral interaction losses.
Well, also,
especially with the level of punish game that exists.
right. Well, also, there was a whole thing that Leffen broke down, which kind of changed the way I looked at ranking characters. Is like, instead of a character and what they can do, you look at every individual situation. Like, again, Sheik back throws Fox off the platform, and that situation, Fox is typically dead. Or let's say Falco, right? And that because of the amount of times that
Out of
Falco,
10 that you are just straight up going to die there.
on that situation, that factors into a matchup spread.
Of course.
Instead of just what Fox and Falco can do to each other.
Yeah, of course.
And that's a much more detailed and hard way to look at a matchup spread.
Yeah, it's both frequency and severity of what's going to happen.
Yes, and that's wild. And I don't know. I can see where Leffen starts to break down why he thinks what he does, even though he might not articulate it in proper ways.
Uh-huh.
And even though he might pull the Glock out on some gyms on Twitter,
but I think
on the regular.
I think what's great about Melee though is that the tier list matters a lot less than the random Reddit 20xx spouting shitter would have you believe. Like we saw Amster do really well, and $100 was telling me he's like, I think Yoshi might even go even versus Puff.
Yeah, but that's Hbox, who is a Puff apologist and thinks Puff is just
But
loses everything.
it could straight up be true. I mean, Super Armor, you can beat Puff in the air when you have a jump that goes, huh? And you can move horizontally really well with that. You can keep up with her, but also you can take a back air, which means that you don't have to outspace the man.
Yeah, I guess, but if you
to
take
use
the back air,
to use double jump is such a hard commitment by Yoshi and use that super armor that Puff hits you with back air and just leaves.
it's also, let's say you take the back air and you double jump through it and you land on Puff. Puff can now rest your dumbass if you're on top of her. Or what does Yoshi do when he's in? Jab. Can't grab. Too slow. So,
but
I see what you're saying,
it's
though.
going to be a slow matchup. Like both of them are going to have to get a lot of hits on the other to sort of knock them out of their safe place in neutral. But what I'm saying is that we've been playing this game. It's been going on 16 years or whatever, and it isn't just Fox. Like you'd think imagine if a race in StarCraft was 55-45 on both of the other races. The whole every bracket would just be like Terran. Like it'd be so apparent, you know. And the fact that we haven't seen that, and that Zane did really well. Marth is obviously still a great character. Plup, has had insane results with Sheik and Samus. It really seems like this game has more variety in it than was even thought when I started playing.
Yeah. It's weird. It's
That's
the same
cool.
fucking game, too.
Schmangus beat Hungrybox with Falco.
He did it.
And
He
he
did it.
And he beat Armada too. So I think the game is just what we make of it. And if you want to sit at home and say, oh, this guy's fucking Puff sucks, this guy's the best, then that's true to you. And that's how it's going to play out.
Yeah, but there's also like other things. Like Mango also lost to Hungrybox the next day, and like I think typically the lifetime record of Hungrybox beating AMSA is like pretty in Hbox's favor.
He's also a way better player.
Yeah, but we can't just like
Perceived skill never counts
it's
when considering ranks. Ba-dum-ba-ba-dum-bum.
But yeah, I'm saying that it's great. Melee's what we make of it, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. But what else was I gonna say about Summy? Summy come loud.
never going back.
You're never going back?
Never going
You're
back.
done? It's scuffed?
It's not scuffed. I will say
It's like an actual question.
Yeah, it's not scuffed. No, it's just not for me, man.
I guess, yeah.
But I will say that the hospitality that they offer a bunch of man children is incredible. Because dealing with those people
yeah.
is a job in itself. I think everyone who worked Summit was insanely nice, and I think what they're doing, I think this type of event is big for the community, and because we just don't get anything else like it.
I just liked how fucking hype the bracket was. You know what?
It was a great tournament.
What if the content was just absolutely fucking sick, right? What if it was just so great, and then the bracket was just the most trash Melee played in a year,
I think a lot
and
of
then HBox wins?
And IMO, I think a lot of people on Sunday played like hot garbage. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, you were talking about this. You were serving up hot takes like
I don't
you
think
were
that
a
was
fucking
okay.
falafel truck.
Here's the thing: is what you said that, and then I said, "Did this person play good? Did this person play good? Did this person play good?" And you're like, "Well, no." And then I was like, "Okay, then." So I guess it's a lukewarm take that I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of people were kind of like not playing their best. As I think Saturday, like there was a lot more crazy shit that went.
You know what shook me though is watching Mangus get fucked by Leffen at full bloom, and then Leffen get fucked by Mangus at full bloom, and that you can be playing well and then still look like a goddamn garbage.
The thing is,
can.
the margins in this game are so thin.
So that's why that makes me scared to be like, yeah, Plup wasn't playing well, and that's why he did the way he did. Because I'm like, what if I'm just have tiny little baby brain, and I can't tell when he's just making 3 more wrong decisions than the other
It might
guy.
not even be wrong decisions. Sometimes you just lose a coin flip at that level. You jump when you could have, you choose the option that they cover, and then you lose a stock, and you can be unlucky 3 times in a row, like you can,
Right.
and then you get 4 stocked, and everyone's like.
So that's why I'm spooked out.
But there was like a lot of like I don't know, like
Hugo did miss a what is it? Up throw back air.
back air.
Zane missed a free kill on Mewtwo King to take it to
Zane
game
was
5.
kind of missing a lot of pivots or something like that. He couldn't really edge guard that well against M2K. And I think Zane was playing mostly well. There was definitely people playing well, like no doubt. But like SFAT versus Armada, it looked like he didn't know how to do anything tech skill wise.
His ledge dashes were looking scuffed.
It's scary, man, versus Armada, because you just
Now Miles is just like, you can't be done.
Yeah.
No, it obviously can, but when you're playing someone that good, I can imagine going up on a stage and all you're thinking is, I can't fuck up. If I make one mistake, I'm getting cooked.
You know what? I'm pissed that SFAT has the aid of Bobby Siege, and he's not number 1 in the world. It's like you have it all. You have that man.
You have best girl.
You have Bobby Best Girl, and you're just not number 1.
I could be number 1.
He was coaching me during Puzzle Bobble.
That's how much he makes you believe that all you need is him, and then you'll win.
We were playing Puzzle Bobble, and I was like, I was doing really shit in the set. Also, Puzzle Bobble plays best of 5 by default,
I love
which is
Puzzle
so
Bobble.
sick. And we're playing, and I get fucking smoked in one game, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna close this one out. And I did, and I just played really well during a match. And he's like, you really visualized the win there, and I'm like, whoa, I did. Maybe that's why I won.
Thanks, Bobby.
And it's like, god damn. All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was
guy.
cool seeing everyone at Summit too, because I feel like I haven't seen a lot of SoCal players in a minute.
Looking at you, Hugo. He'll go to King Taco, but he won't go to Nimbo?
He could stay at his Burbank home.
Oh, yeah, he's moving in.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
it was a great and blessed time at Summit.
I'm glad.
It was-
And none of the content bricked. There were no one was a meatball. There was no accidents in the house. No one had to get yelled at.
Yeah, as far as I know. Maybe Grace has got some stories, but...
It didn't seem like it. There were no big catastrophes.
It was just a big fucking good vibe, man. It made me feel the way, and when I was watching like the recap and stuff, TI3 happened with Dota, and that was the sort of last TI that I really followed and kind of fell out because I picked up Melee at that point. But I remember TI3, I was watching it, and this is like a giant, big budget like thing with all these teams, and it was like very much more impersonal than say a Melee tournament. And I was watching it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm at home in front of a fireplace, and this is as good as it's going to get. Everyone was memeing. The All-Star match was funny.
just comfy.
RTZ was there. Everyone was having just like this great fucking time, and it ended with some, well, at least most of the bracket had just really good Dota. And I was like, this is it. This is great. And I haven't felt that feeling since I, for one, was a little kid, and for two, when the end of Summit happened, and everyone was just hanging out, and it was like the fireplace. That is fucked up. I
think
don't
Sunday
feel
was
a lot.
A nice night too.
The recap video definitely made it feel like a fireplace.
I don't feel things typically. It doesn't work anymore in there.
You don't even feel compassion
No.
or love.
And that made me feel something, and I'm like, fuck, dude, let's go. Nice.
We're really out here on planet Earth doing what we want to do.
Some of us are.
Yeah, some of us.
Yeah.
For that moment, at least, we all hopefully were.
But either way, I hope the content was good, laddies. We don't have
That's all
to. We don't have to
that's
suck
all
my
you
dick.
care about.
We don't
is
have to
the
suck my dick, but
content,
you know it
dude.
was sick. But whatever, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't
Don't
touch
worry.
don't touch my clean shirt. Fucking.
With the pink shirt, I don't
With
think I've
your
ever seen that.
So what's next
With
for
your
us,
fucking-
guys?
It's actually white, like Link, like those idiots say. This isn't pink, it's white.
Someone broke it down. The actual. It's not FFFFF.
Oh, from the
F.
from the Wikipedia page, right? That anyone can edit. Ever think about that?
What were you saying, Miles?
What's next? So we got to go home, get on emulator, use a dropper, take Link's tunic, the pink one. I think it's pink too.
This is pink, same color as
Let's
Link's
do it
tunic.
and just crack open Photoshop and figure it all out,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, what's next for the gang?
The gang itself. What do you mean?
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Where are we going? What are we?
I don't want to.
Bam's coming up. Bam's gonna be pretty fun.
Bam. Is Armada really going?
Yeah, he's really going, and Chudat's going, and Aiden Kelvin is also going.
Oh, really?
Everyone's third.
Can't wait to see him
favorite melee
Yasa
player.
controller in pools. Just kidding, Aiden.
Third.
You're an
Wait,
alright
did you
guy.
say third favorite melee player?
You're an alright
Yeah, after
guy.
Chudat and Armada.
Okay.
Aiden?
Yeah.
He's your third favorite?
No, I'm saying that we already got Armada and Chudat. Everybody's first and second favorite. melee
Right,
players.
and then obviously this.
Obviously, Aiden.
So it's the three big names.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That'll be cool to see him. It'll be another American I can.
Eat burgers with, or whatever you guys do when you meet up.
Yeah, we meet up in foreign countries. We just like to talk about how much we miss McChickens.
You just go
Well,
to the
actually,
McDonald's there.
we can go to McDonald's and you can see.
I want to go to Australian McDonald's.
Yeah.
Sergio would be so jealous.
Honestly, once you taste Australian McDonald's, he'll be even more jealous.
What if this
Is
guy?
it different?
What if this
It's all
guy's just
100%
like
Aussie
the same
Angus
thing
beef,
about
though.
Australia that he is about Fox, where it's just
Just like fucking biased.
You know what's gonna happen?
it's just
You know
so
what's gonna happen?
shitty.
I'm gonna be so right about Australia that Anthony's gonna start thinking all the Fox stuff is right too.
I'll come back and be like, so I play Fox now, and you know what? He really does have a hard time with everything.
I think he's just gonna think it's pretty cool.
I'm pumped. It'll be really fun. And I've never gone out of the country, so
I'm gonna plan our
Really?
trip so that it's optimal use of time, so that you can take in a lot of different stuff.
it's gonna be like a theme park.
We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna go to Bam. We're gonna
We got beaches here.
have dinner.
I've
with a
been
lot
to
of
the
different
beach.
People. Hit the city.
We got
Yeah, been to
cities
the
here.
beach, like,
He's planning. This is. He's gonna. Do you have like a paper?
I'm gonna get it sorted all out. Cause you're only there for a week, man. I don't want you sitting. We're not gonna be fucking playing melee alt friendly. So let's put it that way.
I agree. Yeah,
We're not gonna be wasting our time.
I'm with it. What's even coming up melee wise?
The next thing
Is there anything in June?
June is Smash and Splash. Beginning of June.
It's
also
It's
bigger
Gommel, dude.
bulk.
It's Gommel.
Gommel's happening during BAM.
The tournament that snaked Bam.
That's right. Most of the pros I think are going to that one. Besides Schmarsh Mosh.
Besides the big three.
That's right.
The big three.
And Bigger Balk is happening, I believe, in June, and I fucking
Is it?
loved Bigger Balk.
Are you going again? Should we go?
It's down the goddamn way.
Are we allowed to just show up?
Yeah.
Are we?
I don't know.
You guys are in fact banned from the venue.
Yeah. that was the first time me and Ludwig commentated.
You want to commentate Bigger Bulk?
Was that only
Absolutely.
a year ago that all of this
I
started?
don't want to
Yeah.
commentate with you, dude.
Well, are you sure? You've been wanting to commentate, but you're always running in Nimbo.
I'm always doing better stuff with my time.
Yeah. And it's odd that you want to commentate.
If they have spots, I'm down
we should
to
do that.
hop
That'd be
on
super
them.
fun.
Yeah.
I love the vibe of Bigger Balk. I don't know.
I think it's perfect for Beans x Hillary Clinton
Wait,
style commentary.
I don't think they're streaming it.
No
yeah,
way.
they're not.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't want to. I don't want to say anything that's not
They're
true.
not even on Smashcast or.
I don't think
so-
they like. I don't know. CPP
YouTube?
maybe didn't want them
don't
to
want
stream.
them to stream. Yeah.
Just like
Even
it's like an
Melee.
internet issue, or something. I hope they figure it out.
It's either a privacy or internet issue.
I'd be big bummerinoed. I love Bigger
They
Balk.
would still record it though.
You know what?
Yeah.
There would still be local recordings.
Sure.
A tournament without streaming would be really, really interesting because it's just such a cornerstone of the tournament experience.
It's huge now. You know, it probably finished really fast
What happens when you take that away? Yeah.
because top 8 doesn't have to all be streamed.
Well, top 8.
You could-
You
you
want to
could
be
still be-
projecting it to the people though who are there.
It would still be on recording setups, but you could also play sets on multiple recording setups. So
I'd
You're
like to
right.
know, like way old school before streaming, how that did work out. I
What do
mean,
you
I
mean?
guess
It was
they.
just a CRT that everyone crowded around. Those are all the.
Well,
old
even like
dishes,
Genesis
They just
1
set
had
up
a
laptops,
projector,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess that's always been the end goal, is to put on a bit of a show.
Holy
the-
shit! Miles Warehouse won first tournament that I ever ran. Like my first big tournament as well. And I think we were one person away. Either we broke the record for Australia's biggest event of all time, which was like 69 melee entrants.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
At that time. And we were either one person away from breaking the record or we did. And anyway, it was in this warehouse. And to get the projector set up, we just put a cloth, like a sheet on a wall, and we was projecting onto that.
Really?
The grand final. Yeah. And there was no stream. There was a bunch of friendly setups.
Who won
and
it? Spud?
SD won.
Oh.
And then Dekar won Miles Warehouse too.
See.
With the most insane tipper of all time to like bring it back from the depths. Sam was up. I think he was in winners, and it was 2-1 Sam's way, SD. And Dekar hit a tipper with Marth where it was like behind his ear. Like the one where it hits when
Yeah.
he's back here,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because SD knew the tipper was coming and just tried to like jump over it or outspace it. And when that hit, before leading up to that, Dekar had been saved by Randall about 4 times. So that just crushed SD's spirits because that game was in the bag for him, you know. And then Dekar went on to win the whole thing. He started playing really, really well.
Oh.
And it was just, for a lot of people, that was their
Are there VODs of Miles Warehouse?
2, yeah. 1, we only have some really old handycam footage of just me walking around and being like, hey, it's such and such from Sydney, what's up? And I don't even know what that is. But
You gotta dig.
yeah,
Is there a way
yeah.
I can get the Miles House PNG, like the fox that's drawn like you?
Oh, Miles Alehouse, the
Yeah.
t-shirt?
Yeah.
There might be a spare one lying around.
no, not the T-shirt. I just want the
The image?
image. I'll take a T-shirt.
Oh, we could.
I'll
we
take
could
a
do
T-shirt.
that, yeah.
I love that picture so much.
It's good, yeah.
It's got a wry smile, just like Miles does.
Yeah, it's the graphic designer. There's a bar that we'll definitely visit called GGE's, which is an esports bar in Melbourne. And the idea is that no game. It's not like a gaming bar. You don't play games when you go there. You just watch. It's
Yeah,
like a
it's like a sports
bar
bar
but
for
esports.
esports, Can we meet Yahtzee? My favorite video game critic.
I really wish I wish I had a line to Yahtzee, but can't say.
It's
I
okay.
do.
It's cool.
School
He won't
just
be
was,
there.
was
I
gonna
like
be
him
the
a lot.
highlight of my trip.
I think he's really cool.
But
and
that
so if
bar
we meet
though,
him.
the wife of the owner does all of their graphic design, and she did that logo as well. She does all of their stuff.
Oh,
and,
cool.
And it was really like the brief that I gave them was like I want a house and I want a fox that looks like me.
Say no more, Chief.
They did it, yeah. It was that was the 4th installment of our series. The 3rd installment was a Summit ripoff. It was
Yeah, you
Miles'
had to
house,
vote in
the actual house.
type of thing.
And I was updating the website for monetary votes, looking at PayPal, reading the description of who they wanted to vote and what side events they wanted to put their money towards, and then updating a Wix website.
Oh my god.
And I can show you the Wix website one day, but like I was doing this all manually, and so during the countdown for who was going to get in, I was like just having to, update the page as fast as I could do it.
Right. Was it did Summit happen before this?
Which
Like-
during the year.
Like was Summit a thing before you did this?
Yeah, it was a straight Summit ripoff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's hype.
we had rotating casters on a couch. That it was like 3 casters, or even maybe 4. Cool shirts that the t-shirt brand that I'm always talking about sponsored the event. So we had cool shirts, banners. I can show you the VODs. It's crazy. We played Mario Kart as one of the side events, and then you could play friendlies all day. And 8 people were invited, I think, and then another 4 were voted in.
And it was your house?
Yeah, it was my actual house.
Nice.
My parents were away for the weekend and had this time sanctioned the entire thing. Miles' house won. I had planned on a weekend they were going away, and the Facebook group got so big that they caught wind of it, and my dad was just like, "There's no way you're doing that here." And so, because it got so big, I was trying to keep it under wraps because they were going camping, and we had to find a venue and all of that, and so it ended up being, it was supposed to be Miles' house, but it ended up being Miles' warehouse. Because I watched the documentary and I went online and I was like, I want to go to a tournament because I remember playing Melee with my friends and we would watch Mango videos and L Cancel and stuff, but we never really went to events, but we would play Melee all the time. And then when I saw the documentary, I was like, why did I stop doing this? This was so much fun.
Mm.
And I was like, I'll just do a house thing like the guy from the thing. And everyone can sleep over and we can play friendlies the entire time and all of that. Anyway, yeah, so we ended up in a warehouse, which is why it's called Miles Warehouse, and then went from there.
Cool. Nice.
Really good Aussie times.
What was I was thinking about some other Australian thing. I forgot. Angus beef, Big Macs.
Kangaroos.
That's it, yeah. We can get some of those.
Schmangus beef.
Schmangus beef.
That's the beef
Big
I want.
Macs.
Really funny, when Mango and all the guys were staying with me for BAM 7, they realized that they hadn't got me anything as like a
Thanks.
hey, or like a like memorabilia. So Mango steals a poster from McDonald's. like a promotional poster that was
What?
for a new burger that was coming out or whatever. He just like ganks it off the wall, and we leave, it's a piece of cardboard, they don't really care. But all of the players signed that for me.
Really?
And that was like his thank you.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it somewhere.
That's so funny.
But instead of like, how everyone was signing each other's posters last night as a thank you for being my friend and coming to this event and this is my
Right.
memorabilia.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that, but if it's a burger promotional thing. It has nothing to do with Melee.
That's funny. You know what's so what people probably aren't aware of is, so at the end of a summit, I didn't know this either. There are posters around the wall around the house that say Smash Summit, and it's like a mad dash to grab one because there's not enough for everybody, and then get it signed by everyone.
I was
as a
kind of
piece of
sad I didn't
memorabilia.
get one, but I didn't even try though. By the time,
I didn't know it was a thing.
yeah, by the time everyone was like, "Hey, grab a poster," I
But-
was just playing Puzzle Bobble, and I was like, "Eh." But
But-
then I saw people doing it later.
So Ringler comes up to me and he's like, "Will you sign a poster?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was like, "What if I got a poster and just had it signed by Ringler 30 times?" And that would be a cool piece of memorabilia.
That's,
I like
that's
that.
such a slime piece of memorabilia.
That'd be
It's
so
like,
sick.
oh, instead of doing the thing that everybody does, no, the real play would just be getting only buy-ins to
The
sign. in.
buy-ins.
Only the buy-ins, yeah, that'd be so funny, dude.
I was saying that we should get, like, we were considering doing rotating guests if that was all possible for the Bad Melee podcast before we just decided, hey, the three of us will just do it. And I think a really funny idea would have been just interview all the buy-ins.
The
on
buy,
show,
yeah, that would be. That definitely fit our aesthetic too. Of
Yeah.
like,
subverting all of the expectations of the viewers.
yeah. So HD Zach was there too. Zach Fair from SoCal. He bought in. That's
HD Zach, is that what you guys call him?
what I call him.
Tag is Zach Fair.
From HD.
Zach Fair.
He used to play with Sergio. Dude, he showed me a video of Sergio. Like, his old tag was Meco, which is cum in Spanish.
Yeah, wasn't he MILF Hunter before?
Milf Hunter
He
was
tried
just
to change.
that
to
was
Milf
just a
Hunter.
meme tag for Friday Night Turnip.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like a picture of Sergio like playing the game as a boy and like liking it, and like he's like smiling like a normal human being.
He's not a meme,
He's not a meme yet, I don't think.
but he still has a meme name.
Name. So I don't know. So I think he's always just been that piece of his brain is just unconnected. Either way,
Playing Overwatch with Sergio, he was serious. And
Really?
It was jarring. He was memeing until we got into game, and it was very much like time to play,
whoa,
and it fucked me up.
Overwatch is
And he was
scuffed.
just hating on Neeper the entire time.
Now that's something I can get behind.
Like every other red-blooded American male.
Also, you're scuffed.
You're scuffed, douche.
Your case was
What are your plans, Dawson? What do you got in the pipeline?
never do podcasts ever again.
We've been
Amen,
talking
brother.
a lot about what the fuck we're gonna do, man. We don't know.
We're going to Shine in August. I'm gonna get myself on a plane and cry for 16 hours.
Maybe you want me to be there on the plane?
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can book the same flight.
Well, because I'll be going on behalf of Summit. I'll be working it. Actually, no, we'll probably be going way earlier than you. So
Oh, so you're going without me?
yeah, you're gonna have to brave that
I would have gone with you,
experience alone.
Dawson.
Thank you.
I
Thanks for
I
nothing.
gotta work. I got a job. I gotta go.
It sucks to keep responding to people who are asking me, hey, what event can I meet you at? What event? And a lot of the people who watch this show are from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
And
Like
so they're all like,
90%.
hey, you going to SmashCon? You going to Shine? And they're asking the three of us that, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to, dog.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm ever coming back.
They were mad, man. The customs didn't like you.
It's hard to give those responses to people who are like, So the show's going on, like everything's continuing, right?
Yeah, yeah. Even Ringler was like, "Hey, Don B's going to Evo, right?" And I'm like, "Maybe."
Yeah, that's kind of what I say.
Oh man.
It's like you don't want to tell them that the pooch is sick.
If anybody has, if anybody has any information on how to form a shell corporation in which to defraud the Department of State to allow our friend to travel freely in the United States for video games, please.
Send
If
us an
anybody
email.
if anybody owns a company and is willing to just make a phantom position, if any of our viewers are rich business minded people
Yeah.
or have a dad who is,
International consultant.
just make your boy a board of directors on some bullshit.
We could talk about how the last podcast for a minute will be this weekend, right?
Yes, so
Because you guys are obviously flying out, so there'll be an Australian podcast too that you guys are
right,
doing,
but
so.
the
Hopefully
last
with Shmashmado.
yeah, that's right. The last podcast with this crew for the foreseeable future is going to be Saturday. We're gonna do another one.
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday.
Undecided.
Undecided. Me and Maz are flying to Australia. Trying to put the L in there. On Monday, I'm gonna be there for about a week. Gonna go to BAM. Gonna podcast from there. And that will be the end of, I
The
guess,
wrap.
what you call the season.
And my life, and also our friendship,
Yeah.
and maybe the Earth.
Yeah, it's all just coming down,
Yeah.
and it's just
I said to my mom before I left, 3 months is such a short time.
dude, it just happened.
It goes by like that.
We'll save this for the next one. Just the commiserating again. We're putting ourselves through this again.
This time it's easier though. Last time felt harder.
Yeah. Oh my God, lads, what do we do?
We're gonna do some shit. No more PCAS.
Well,
We're gonna take out all the page money. We're gonna burn it on video. That's
yeah. So what we're going to
that's the
do
kind of
every time we receive Patreon money, we're going to put it into a nice pile and just we're going to buy some gasoline with that money as well and just light it on fire in the driveway.
And we're gonna shotgun yerbs with noise rock playing.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That actually sounds like the coolest time ever.
until the Patreon either dies, which is what we think would happen if we were just lighting the check on fire.
I think
every
it'd
time.
grow.
But that's what I'm
People
saying.
ironically
is that
are yossing their money into the driveway.
they want the pile to get bigger.
Yeah.
It's like these guys just burn money every month. We get a fucking BuzzFeed feature.
Dude, that's like the guys on YouTube who used to do Will It Blend. They're like,
Yeah.
that iPhone that you lined up for a full day, I'm breaking it with a hammer.
Oh yeah. Is it a good
Guy
idea
used
to
to break
microwave
consoles.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, but I was thinking like, you know how at the top of the Patreon is like, so and so is creating blah blah blah. It's like so and so is burning your fucking money.
Dude, why isn't
Bad
that a
Melee is burning your money.
Why isn't that a thing
So
yet?
and so is subverting capitalism.
Why isn't that a thing? That has to be. Someone has to be doing that.
We're the first. We're revolution. It's just like with Melee content, how it's a scorched earth of barren wasteland.
Yeah, it's a
nothingness,
wasteland.
A
There's
void.
there's nothing that counts in it.
My friend made a
We're gonna be the first to do
GoFundMe
it.
that was called help me afford a slingshot that will catapult me into the sun. And people were donating to it.
That's sick.
I don't know what he ended up.
If
He
you-
probably got like $40.
People
$50.
will donate to a meme 10 times out of 10. Someone's going to.
Yeah, I mean it depends. Also, my case, if we're talking about meme donations, is holy shit. Wait, this is fucking me up. I'm sorry. This ginger ale, I was just looking at the can. Copyright 2011, Dr. Pepper 7-Up Incorporated.
You didn't think it was clicked up? You think Canada Dry standing on its own?
No, 2011.
It's that new.
Canada Dry existed before 2011.
Definitely did.
What I'm saying is this can should say 2018 on it. This ginger ale's old. It's almost a decade old.
No.
No. That's probably just when this design was
yeah,
made, right?
that's the copyright.
That's
dude.
what
That's
they
not the
copyright-
expiration
copyrighting.
date. That's different.
I'm going to call
Dumbass.
1-866 say CDRY.
See, this one says
Don't
2000.
dox them.
This
Don't
says
dox
2001.
Canada Dry Incorporated.
It says Legacy Drive.
It says since 1904, it's so expired.
5301
I'm a
Legacy
dumbass
Drive,
like
Plano,
Anthony.
Texas. Anyway, donate to memes. Mike Hayes, his Kickstarter had like the if you don't reach the goal, he still gets it. And I didn't know Kickstarter. I've never donated to Kickstarter in my life, and I didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, it's a thing with us. Donate for cooking with Chong. Well,
Was that that was a donation? We had people donate for
that was
cooking
a
with Chong.
that was a stretch
It wasn't
goal. It was a stretch goal.
Was it?
It was a stretch goal, and you know it.
I put a stretch goal above that one. That was I put the cooking with Chong beneath the original stretch goal of $300.
Yeah, but we didn't hit it, and then we hit cooking with Chong, and then we never did it, and we haven't done it, and it's never gonna get done.
What do you want?
We're burning their money metaphorically.
what do you
So
want?
now I just feel like we should tell them we're
I
gonna
bought
burn it
equipment.
physically.
I bought equipment,
We did.
and then we bought Miles food.
and we're gonna use that. We're gonna use that money to make.
How do you
stuff.
want to do cooking with Chong?
We're gonna. I'm not gonna. Say
How should it go?
I'm not gonna say it in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought, bitch.
I know. I have an idea in
Dumbass.
the head, and
Dumb
I've
as hell.
talked about it to you in the car, and you know it, and now you're just boozling.
There's a lot of good ideas
Everybody.
for cooking with Chong.
I've told him too. You guys are dumb. I can't
I'm
wait
not
till
dumb.
this is over.
You can say a lot of things about me, but I'm not dumb.
Look,
Look.
it's fine.
Not fine.
All right.
Go to questions.
You want to go to questions?
I'm sick of both of you.
Let's do some questies.
All right. I'm gonna try to put it on the screen again. I
That's-
think I can do it this
I
time.
don't think that's gonna happen.
That's insane.
I don't think you have
I'm
the
gonna need you
intelligence
to
or the
visualize me
brain
doing
power.
this.
You know what? I'm
going
gonna channel Bobby Siege right now and say, Slime, I believe in you, and if you put your mind to this, you can do it.
You
Thank
don't even
you,
know how
Miles.
to put fucking
Thanks,
mono
Miles.
stereo.
Figured it out.
You're a dumbass. Look at him walk away. Look how tall he is. Look at his K Swisses.
I made a K-Swiss joke this morning and instantly felt bad. It's just so low-hanging fruit at this point.
Yeah.
It's like the fruit's rotten and hitting the ground.
Just like his height, low hanging fruit.
You're a fucking midget too, dude. You're on the kids' table, but you got one more.
I'm 6 foot.
You got one more little party pie.
I'm
You
6 foot, and it's sick.
You get a quarter more of a hot dog than him at the kids' table.
6 foot is fine. I can't read that.
I can read that.
You think I can read that?
You gotta press control
There
and
you go.
scroll. Slime.
Hey, there you go.
You did it. You did it.
6 means 5'11". Neeper, how'd you get a sword? Who gave Neeper a sword?
Who let you in? This is much better. I like this.
Sup Nice gave him. Compo, we're not allowed to answer that kind of question.
Yeah, compa. I don't know. I didn't really.
Ask him.
How much money do I have to donate to keep the man with a funny accent in the States?
Dude,
I-
I wish it was
it's-
down to that.
If it
honestly.
was about money, I really think that the Patreon, it's growing as it is, and I think that it could grow into something that would be able to support me.
When I first Yahtzee's in Cali. When I first came,
Yahtzee's in Cali?
That's what matters.
you guys might have to because we can't scroll through these. So if we miss yours,
Slow mode.
Yeah. Either way, is that the real Apology Man? What? That can't be the real Apology Man.
Who's Apology Man?
He's a fucking.
He says he's the guy that Big Fan of Genesis 5 sounds.
Is
said
it?
he like
No, he's like a
Bobby
he's like
Siege.
a Marvel player.
Oh, that's chill.
Well, he's asking if you're gonna be if he's gonna see you at Summit of Power.
Either
so-
way, really quick. Sorry. Fuck. What was I gonna say? I can't scroll up.
slow mo. Just be slow questions.
1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, forming a
um,
company, Matt, is definitely. a
Oh yeah,
plan.
yeah. When I first moved to LA, I was about to live in this studio in Koreatown, and the guy who owned it was like this greasy, like greaser man. Like he
Yeah.
was like a slimy type of dude.
Did he have a ponytail?
No, he was balding, which is the same thing. And so he said, he said something about like, yeah, I don't know if I'll have enough for the security deposit or whatever. He said, listen, he was like Slavic or something. He was like, I won't do the accent, but he's like, if there is a problem that can be solved with money, it's not a problem. And I was like, holy shit.
That's sick.
That's Apology Man. I didn't know you big fanned me. Yeah, I'm going to be at Summit of Power. That's awesome. How much did I participate in the writing directing of skits? It was very heavily, it was me and Ken did most of the conceptualizing. The directing sort of gets passed off. I'm more kind of there to make sure everything's going right. But It's a huge group effort, but I thought of a few, and Ken thought of a few, and we just made them all really good. Is it true that Summit doesn't make much profit because of high overhead? I actually don't know. I don't know the balance sheet. I don't look at that. I think we make money. I'd like to think so. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be really funny if all of this was just like a trust fund baby's dream, and it's just all this like weird thing that can't continue long term.
Yeah,
But
right.
I just don't think that's true.
Who wrote Black Panther? Me and Ken both wrote it. I physically wrote it down after we talked about which scenes he actually gave me shit because he's like, "You're taking credit for that?" I was like, "No." Like, there's this whole thing about like who takes credit for what, and I don't like that game.
It's a team effort, right?
It's a team effort, and I don't like that game of being like, who thought of this and who thought of that and all this stuff. Thanks, Apology Man.
Yeah, I know you feel that way because when you take our bits, you give no credit. So
See, people would think that.
You're pretty quick to say team effort on
yeah, on what we have to say.
Shut up.
Slime top
You guys-
64 at BAM 10. If he plays well.
Not with how he was playing Saturday, I'll tell you that right now.
Ken is hotbid. Yes, that's true. Bobby Big Balls, the SoCal combo video.
Dude,
That was
the Mariah Carey song.
so sick.
Oh my god.
I really wish I could have met him. He's gone now, right?
Yeah, he was super nice.
Yeah.
he was just nice. I don't know what else
That's
to
so
say.
sick. And I didn't know he's
Very
that
chill.
good as well, so he's pretty cool.
I knew he was good.
Has Miles finished an MST run yet?
Yeah, I finished one the other night. It was pretty abysmal. It's,
What was the time?
5 hours something. I think it's 5 hours 30.
I got the hiccups.
Five
Which is
hours
bad, but I'm going to be streaming when I'm going to start playing when I get home, so hopefully we can drop that down to 3 really quick. I think 3 hours is really, really, like, the next run will probably be 3 hours. I spent like 2 hours in Gannis Castle. You guys don't need to hear it.
I said in the chat while you were running that I will break Edge if you beat Ganon on this try, and you didn't. And
You could have been part of history,
yeah,
Miles.
you could have ruined years of my life in one swoop, but
Can
you
you
just kept using the hammer.
Incorporate bad melee and higher miles. Make Dawson chief of anti-capitalism and Wiccan research.
Wiccan research, Wiccan R&D. You're like the what's Batman's like the guy who makes Batman's shit?
Alfred?
No, Alfred doesn't make his weapons.
Alfred's just overworked.
It's
He's
Alf-
the butler. He makes the weapons.
Alfred is a weapon, I'll say
He
it.
is an absolute weapon. It's the guy that Morgan Freeman plays. What's his name in the movie?
He's weapons man.
I don't know.
Weaponsman.
Lucius Fox. There you
Lucius, ooh, my man. Scar is a persona, but he seemed like kind of a dick at points. Was he chill off stream? Scar, if you're talking about him clowning on me, Scar clowns on me on stream a lot, but it's for the most part a pretty big meme.
go. It's out of love.
He's just a ball of energy and light and love.
Scar's got a lot of
and
positive.
positivity, and
this
that's
too.
I fucking love Scar.
I think the only dark part about Scar is his narcissism.
Yeah, it is a dark part, isn't
That's
it?
probably
That's
the
a
only
hype
dark
part.
Yeah.
I like that part the best.
Dude, people did not like the Minji monologue from him, and I wonder what went. Why? What?
I think because a lot of people are pro Minji. I
Well,
straight up will say it, dude.
Well, fucking bounce out of here then
Yeah.
if you are. You know what I mean? Like, but why, right? Like, what specifically was bad about it? Because if it maybe the jokes didn't land, I can accept that. My laugh track was a little off. I killed the laugh track on Ben SW because I had got the hang of it. But before that,
It was just the Wild West with laughs.
not Pro Menji seemed in poor taste. Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is something that like I think I don't
This
know.
is a whole nother
I
conversation.
haven't seen it, but it seems like kicking a man who's down. Like what?
The jokes
it's
didn't land.
pretty.
Because basically, what I think we were going for was that it's just like Colbert. You take a topic that really happened, you take a stance, and then you meme about it, right? You make
Okay.
jokes.
That's how I took it.
And I was like, isn't that like, did it not hit, right? I don't know. For some reason, I can't see it in the way everyone else is seeing it. Topic sucked. Boring social commentary. Damn, you guys are out here. Okay, I get it, man. I mean, I would like a more sort of
Y'all are scuffed, I'll say it.
Obo critiques important people, not some loser from Michigan. Guess what, homie? We're playing Melee. We're all losers.
Yeah.
But maybe that I don't know. I don't know why it didn't hit.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Walked a line that it didn't need to. Interesting. Nobody expected for 10 minutes Sebastian on set. I mean, that's a poor excuse too. Is like nobody expected it because, like that's why people hated us, and I think we're kind of okay.
Interesting.
Something nice. I did not score a bingus during Summit. But yeah, I honestly, if anyone's in the Discord, that I would love to talk about this because I just want to know. I feel like I'm at a lack of information here of perspectives of people who did watch it because I was so involved in the production and like worrying my ass off, making sure the entire show ran well. And I was just like, yeah, whatever, we'll do it, and we'll have these jokes and this and that and all that. So
I feel like they probably could have picked a less cut and dry topic. It's like, yeah, we know this guy said some dumb shit on Twitter and his opinions are universally wrong. Like, picking something where the line is a bit less clear and being able to play both sides might have been more interesting than this kid's a dumbass.
yeah,
You'd be surprised how many people are like pro Minji though.
MF Kid says I rewatched it and think it works on paper. It did work on paper. I'll say that
Okay.
because we worked like dogs trying to get that monologue out. Frodicus gives
Frodicus-
a sub to apology, man. You're out of control, my mans. Thank you.
For truth, yeah,
Someone
that's
asked
really
you
funny.
who was your favorite person to play at Summit, Miles.
Favorite person to play. I didn't play many pros because on Sunday I think it's pretty disrespectful to ask amazing players to play me just because their time is so precious.
Mm-hmm.
I played None a bunch and I played Armada. Armada was my favorite.
Okay.
I played of the top players. I pretty much only played None and Armada for long periods, but playing against None's always great fun because you never know what he's gonna do. So it's like a real DI test. You get taken on a
You're
bit
taking
of a
on
roller
a fucking
coaster.
ride. Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny about the Captain Falcons though, like Johnny and None, is I'll get games off them, and sometimes the matchup shines through how much Fox just beats up on Falcon, even for me versus the best Falcons in the world. Whereas versus Armada, it's like one stock or two stock games is as close as I'm getting.
Right.
And it's just interesting to see how cut and dry the combo game is on Captain Falcon and how hard he does still get shit on by the basics,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm still able to get games when they mess up, but Johnny and None have this thing where there was one time when I was rooming with None, we were waiting to leave Florida, and we were just at this random guy's housing there. And we would play. I'd beat him sometimes 3 games in a row or 2 games in a row. Not like he's trying his absolute hardest in these friendlies, but then something would change, and it's like I'm getting 3 stocked every game. Like when the Captain Falcons start playing well, it's crazy.
Yeah. Interesting.
And so there's a huge difference for them when they're hot. It feels like there's no way in. Like the other games feel like a dream, like that just didn't happen. So yeah, Armada was my favorite.
That's cool. I love None too, because he'll just sit and beat your ass for hours, and he's just fine with it. Sorry, we missed you guys got to repost your questions if we didn't ask them, so. You guys can debate
we can
the Mingy thing if you want, but
We
I
can
don't think...
see 4 questions.
We can
tops
see
right
about,
now.
like, yeah...
Like, at
we
a
can see, like,
time.
8 chat messages at a time.
It's disrespect. He asked me to play Dr.
How
Battle.
was the serial at Summit?
Yeah, he asked Miles to play. The cereal, it was nice.
Nice. That's it. What does that?
Seemed late issue, the timing was Summit. Okay, I'll take that. How does it feel to be a living meme? I don't know. It's fine. Did you meet anyone new that was extremely interesting? I don't think I met anyone new.
I don't think I met anyone
already
new
knew
either.
Toussaint
everyone.
was a pretty cool guy.
Toussaint.
I got to meet Ginger, but I've already kind of known who he is from watching stream and stuff.
Toussaint's really nice.
I think I met anyone new either.
I'll explain like I'm 5 what BTS is doing the Shine and what you'll be doing, how early going to Shine. I don't know if I'll be making stuff for Summit of Power. I'm not lead on that, but I'll definitely be involved in some of the creative process. Shine will be producing it, which means we'll be running the stream and also making it more than just like streaming of Melee tournament. We'll be trying to put out content pieces during the it's hard because it's like I hope people don't feel like it'll be like Summit level of like 9 skits and shit like that. That just can't be done. But we're definitely putting out stuff like just content pieces, recaps, better camera angles, maybe some skits, maybe slime on the scene. I think I'd be okay with doing that if it's like part of a gig. No promises.
I think you versus or you interviewing FGC players would be really funny.
I think so too. I'd have to do some research. any dirt on the top players? I think you can sift through the old podcasts and find some.
Hit my line. I
What
got
you
Hit my line.
got
I
tapes.
got dirt.
Bobby was saying, Scar was saying something really interesting about how slime on the scene, but doing it with randoms. You know, interviewing a random person and be like, hey, what's it been like? Is it your first time at Genesis? So you already figured out that majors suck, huh? Like, you know.
That's
like,
a thing. Yeah.
And I think you could be very versatile with how you did that, but also it's getting. He was saying that he really thinks a content piece about getting the layman's perspective, or like a new person, or maybe solely a spectator, just kind of being a fly on the wall and interviewing people who are passing and just getting the feel of an event would really give people at home, like a window into what it's like to be there, and that could be funny too.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was a good idea. You kind of blew up his spot, but whatever. Bobby Scar is a sweetheart.
He also said, I'm not doing any of these ideas because I don't have enough time. And ideas, that we were talking about how easy it is to come up with ideas.
Yeah,
me
and Miles were talking about that last night. Sorry, Garrett, I'll signal you guys to redo your questions because we just can't see it that many. But I was talking to Miles. It's like the idea is the mind and the execution is the body. And there are so many minds right now. Like one can't live without the other. If you're talking about certain Melee content that maybe isn't that good, there's a lot of body there, but there's no mind.
I think it's all body and no mind. It's
Right.
just unga bunga.
Unga bunga content.
Yeah.
And so there's this idea of like if you can't have one, you can't have the other. And ideas are free. They're absolutely 100% free.
Yeah.
They don't cost anything. Execution costs more. And so I ask people, like, I get a lot of questions from people asking me, like, how do I get into, like, content and doing stuff? And it's like, just do it. You just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You just hire a camera guy and you do your thing.
It's that simple.
It might take a little bread, sure, but, like, you
don't have an expectation. Don't overthink it. Don't overmind it.
Just put it on paper.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Starting is probably the hardest, I think.
Someone asked me did I get the Melee Fire back from going to Summit. I unfortunately didn't get to play a lot, but my Melee Fire has been pretty medium sized and a nice standard level for I think the last 6 months or so, and it's a good feeling. What does Dawson smell like? Real quick, hold on. Do you wear? Is it like deodorant? There's something on you.
You've just never smelt what deodorant smells
No,
like?
it's like this.
I just smell like fresh clothes and Febreze.
It's clothes. It's Febreze. Yeah, it's Febreze. I forgot.
It's just It's when you use detergent in your laundry sometimes.
How do you feel about Miles? You and Miles feel about D1 hopping on the mic for Mario Party commentary? It's fine.
Chill. We weren't. It wasn't like this is our time to do a thing.
No, we would have liked to have DJ on there more, but he didn't feel like it.
DJ didn't feel like it. It's much less blocked out, and it's much less what's the word I'm looking for, like official or planned out, or like, oh, you do this now, what I'm formal. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
It's much less formal than the viewers at home might think.
Uh-huh.
You know, if somebody's sitting down with us, we're not looking sideways being like, this was our 45 minutes or whatever. Like, I didn't even know I was going to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they were saying, oh, Mario Party commentary, oh, you and Slime, like, you did the MPL thing. That'd be funny.
The vibe of Summit was like everyone, it's not about like getting on the camera. And if someone is about that,
then
that
the odd
gets
one
sniffed out.
You're the odd one
and you
out.
actually don't get on camera,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
you know? So
I think from what it seemed as a complete outsider, it just seemed like very lax and just like, do it if you want. And if you don't, that's cool.
And that's what was cool. And speaking of events and stuff like Mafia, someone asked if there's a way that we were thinking about making Mafia more of a complete package or whatever. I think in the post-mortem, we're definitely going to be talking about Mafia in the office and be like, well, all right, let's...
No more 18-hour games.
I don't know.
Ken was just kind of on Smoko. He seemed like he just was happy to let it run that late, and maybe he'll be defending how he ran it within that meeting, because it seemed like it was a conscious decision to let it run, and it wasn't bad. The payoff was huge, right?
Yeah, the payoff was huge, and I don't know what he was thinking, and maybe he has, and it wasn't all on him. Maybe he just really wanted the players to battle it out. I don't know, but I do want to. We will be talking about it in a way to make it sort of better. I'm just not a Mafia fan in general, so I'm speaking from like the second hand, like
You don't have Boozle in
what
your
do the
heart.
kids like to
Yeah.
do? You know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't have Boozle in my heart.
I'm a Mafia
I just believe
pro.
whatever Dawson says at
Yeah.
all times.
I've never used a microwave in my life.
All right, we have to believe that.
Yeah. Would Hugo have gotten any skits if he didn't show up an hour late to the podcast? I like that, like lore. That's why he didn't
That
get
is
a lot
good,
of content.
That is good lore.
Because
But
it's true.
It's not true. The thing is, we write a lot of the stuff way earlier than the actual summit happens, and it's not that buy-ins don't get, vote-ins don't get a slot because we use Ginger, but it's just the way the direction we were going with some of the content just didn't account for a heavy Hugo piece. And Hugo,
He chose the worst time to ask, right?
yeah, but that's not really about it either. But it's like you kind of you gotta let the workers work. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of how I felt about it. But I'm super glad he got a lot of couch time. He got a piece in the post-credit sequence. He told me he really enjoyed his time there, and he was happy with all the time he got, and I'm glad. And also, I don't know, it's rough. You got to pick and choose, right?
Yeah.
We featured Axe in a bunch of stuff, and Axe had just never really been in stuff. We
It's-
featured Brandon, right?
It's more of a privilege than a right.
Yeah,
And that's just how the skits get written, is what you get put in.
yeah, agree. Not sure if you answered. How much do you believe people? Do you believe people believe they are saving Melee when they beat HBox? I don't know, man.
Leffen says it a lot. He's always saying if HBox wins, whenever he loses, he says if HBox wins this one, I'm going to be tilted.
I think I think after that whole day, and it was like HBox versus M2K Fox, I think it would have been way worse than Armada M2K.
I don't know.
M2K Fox.
I don't know.
And,
Is Melee a better place without a top level Puff dominating?
I think that the storyline with him is cool, and that the fact that we want to stop him, and that there are people who are saying, I'm the paladin of Melee, stopping Hungrybox Blight from spreading. That's kind of cool in a way, but I think what it does is it reduces one side of the bracket to, oh, now we've got Hungrybox versus Axe, time for a nap. Now we've got Hungrybox versus another guy who has West Balls, another person who has historically 0 shot.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like to go down the list of people that Hungrybox is just clean sweeping. I think that's what makes it boring. Is
Okay.
that the matches aren't going to be close.
Yeah, but I guess no one says that about Armada, which is funny.
Because he hits fast falls in a way that makes you go, ooh.
But even versus not fast fallers, that's what I'm saying. Like
Because
Armada
then he
versus
plays
Amsa.
Fox and he goes hard.
No, Armada versus Amsa, he
yeah.
goes like Peach.
It just his matchup spread works where he's less reliant on doing things like timing out. You know, the way that Peach works, he can hit him a little harder. There are just less matchups where it comes up for Armada, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I feel like when Armada plays those matchups, it's also very he doesn't like it. It's less obvious when Peach is camping because I feel like Peach is just a defensive character by nature, and is still like the way she does it is like Armada will take space and then hold down or like shield and like
She's much more of a siege tank.
he just puts up a wall, definitely a tank, and like with HBox because it's this floaty character spacing a super long move, it's just so obvious when this person is running away with their gigantic
move.
sword swinging at you. You know.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, like, because I think when Armada plays low tiers, the same shit happens when HBox plays people that he just washes. But I think HBox even does it faster than that.
It's
But-
a little
so
more
I don't
exciting.
know why
It's a little more exciting when it's Peach for some reason.
Maybe Puff is just ban Puff.
Right? Just do it.
But if we had Fox Falco and all
I'm not playing this game anymore. What do I care?
if we had cookies for dinner and dessert, would dessert still be as hype?
That's the $1 million question.
I don't know. It was cool when like I hate bringing up PPMD. I hate it so much.
Why?
Because he's just gone. Let him be gone.
He's
Let
gone.
Let him live his life. But like when him and HBox had his mini rivalry, like that was like super cool. When it was just like a Falco Puff all the time.
Yeah.
And then Falco like either Marth or Falco Fox against Mango or the Falco Ditto. I think the top now, like there's like 3 or 4 people who play Fox. as their like off character for HBox, as opposed to like back in the day. Besides M2K, people would just like stick it out. Like Armada was going young Link because Peach sucked. Like he didn't have a Fox yet, so that was different. Mango would obviously go Fox. PPMD would go Falco. Like
It was Evo 2015 when
Shroom had a doc in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Hungrybox just wasn't getting to winners finals as consistently, so sometimes he would just be out, and then top 4 or 8 would be more faster matchups.
Well, even in semis, like in winner semis of these matches, like he was playing different matchups as opposed to HBox versus Fox. And if he wins, he's playing another Fox.
Well, that's what was good about this tournament, right? Is that he lost to 2 non-Foxes. And that was really interesting. He didn't just play against Fox,
Yeah.
and he didn't just win either.
Yeah. Except he almost won.
The most naturally funny smasher, I guess, at Summit. I guess it's how you measure it, like naturally funny in front of a camera, or just like general, just a funny lad. Brandon's quick.
Brandon's pretty close.
Brandon's
yeah.
really quick, and he knows how to just flow really well in a conversation, and hit you with like kind of like a 1-2. I like that a lot. Scar's the same as he is on commentary. That is in like a room, like that same. Like the thing about him and the Mafia thing and how he just kept talking about it. That was not a meme. For like a fucking hour, he just kept talking about why he did what he did in Mafia. He's just like very
He came up
impassioned.
to the room and said like
Yeah,
because we were up in the room watching it, so we obviously could see everybody and like who was who. And I think after he got knocked out, he like came up and was like, "Is so and so Mafia?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
This is why I like."
Yeah, he's just a very impassioned
He was
person.
like celebrating that he knew.
He's also the way him and Toph speak and sort of conceptualize things. And I used to think this was just about Toph, but it's the same way I like to sort of place things and spatially think about them. And I think it's actually really similar, so that's why I think I vibe.
Anything Lovid's
I was going to
says
say Lovage is
on
Lovage
commentary
is-
is just fucking
Lovage is a
hilarious.
god.
Him and Brandon are my two.
I think Chillin's
none.
really funny too, but in a different way, where he's like more physically, like not physically funny, but like his whole character that he set up, and it's not a character because it's actually who he is, but what I'm trying to say is like, that's my dog. When he says, he's really good at being like, that's the thing, or like he'll come up with something and just him smiling and delivering a line kills me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's something about his general being that is just his existence. Like Ben, just the way.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
package is funny like that.
Yeah.
And you can't really put your finger on it, but you just want him to do the thing again.
He owns this holistic energy that is only his.
Yeah. It's very personal.
I feel that. Someone asked me, do you regret the content of Slime on the Scene or just how people responded to it? I don't regret anything about it. I just...
Just go with the idea for now.
Yeah, it's the only thing is that I regret the initial feeling of people to reduce someone to a meme, which ironically is what I did in Slime on the Scene.
But do you think that was
Well,
just
there you go.
you think that was
Just
a consequence
desserts.
of just getting bigger? Like, say the show was to be 10
No,
times
what I'm
bigger.
saying is I resent like the way people think about lay celebrity culture. And I
Worshipping
always have.
yourself
And
is
that's the
whack.
whole meme about like me like being mean to fans and shit. That's where it all comes from, is just like we're all just dudes and dudettes.
That's but
Brother.
But was
That's
Slime
Ed
on the
from Good Burgers.
was it just a problem with it that it was too popular?
No. It was
That it was too much of a hit?
there was no problem with it.
Deifying anyone dehumanizes them,
Yeah.
and that's whack. But I think shitting on people because they like you is also whack. So there's a balance.
We're not going to bench a plate. We actually got really mad at Nieper when he tried to Venmo people to have him do that. And I don't think anyone of us can bench a plate.
I was gonna say I'll bench your girl.
I bench your girl. Is Hulka ever getting back on the podcast? What a throwback.
Holka is in Bakersfield, right?
Yeah, Hulka's out of the central area, but I love Hulka. I mean, maybe not have him on the podcast, but I'd like to hug him. Again, you forced me to seem like Mango's lines were very natural for him. What was it like working with him on a content piece? So the thing about Mango is that, and we'll probably cover this when we do the BTS like content review thing, but he he feels like he didn't get like a good shot. Like he gets a lot of shit from the HTC video because his acting was really bad. He's like, I'm way better than this. I took 3 years of drama, and he always talks about his 3 years of drama that he took in high school.
Mango's last education was high school, so that's what he talks about when he wants to say, I did I studied.
Yeah, I took 3 years of drama, and so he was actually really great in the Ginyu Force video. His lines worked really well. He was also way better, I think, in the Falco trailer because. Obviously we will talk about this later on the BTS podcast whenever it is, but the shot where Mango's in the bed and he's like Professor X and he's just like got the 1,000-yard stare.
So good.
I walked in when Andrew was setting up that shot, and he had a smoke machine in the garage and the lights were down and he had like some light pouring in and through the smoke, and I was like, this is gonna be the best shot that has ever been done of a man in a fake bald cap. And it was just his 1,000-yard stare. That's like real actor shit. Like the way he was looking up, like he was thinking it really is all over. And that's so sick.
Mango, 3 years of drama paid off.
It really, yeah. Mango, he's the kind of guy I feel like when he tries something, he ends up pretty good at it. But if he's not trying, it really does show.
He came over to us when we were playing. Bobby Siege is a big Mario Party fan, and he loves the MPL, and he loves Mario Party 4. And he was saying to me the entire weekend, we got to play. I'd really like to play. And so he got SFAT, and I got Slime, and we had a teams match. And Mango comes over, and he was like, yo, he's making calls on the board of like what people should do. And I was saying, where was all this knowledge in the free-for-all, Mango? And he's like, you think I was trying on that shit?
Yeah, dude, Mango's calls on the board were out of control.
Yeah,
like,
they were all
stop helping them.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your 980 Ti. It will forever be within our hearts.
Dr. Light, the title of the stream is there for a reason. Because
are we talking about nudes?
We're talking about nudes. Or we're doing Photoshop. We're doing one or the other.
I did change the title of the stream.
We either talking about nudes
I said talking about Summy.
Oh, why?
Is it not different? What's the title of the stream say?
I hope it's talking about nudes.
Ever think about getting Lovage on the podcast? He's a big fan of you guys. I'll tell you something about Lovage. I am surprised that he likes us as much as he does, and he would probably be super down.
He is down, yeah.
But I also just like...
I don't want to waste his time.
Yeah, I don't want to waste his time. I feel like this would be a waste of Lovage's time.
He would like it.
He would like it.
The thing about Lovage is he actually just like
Photoshop.
It says Gamer Photoshop. Are you fucking kidding me? I've updated it. I swear to God.
It's because you're doing it from the BTS computer.
No, I did it from mine.
Let's leave it as
I'm
Gamer
so
Photoshop.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, this is sick. Don't be sorry. This is...
But yeah, Lovage is just... He's like, yeah, I'll hang out. And you're like, oh, really? That's so cool, dude. And he's like, all right.
He's like, I guess it's cool if that's what you think. And you're like, fuck, I got to think it's not cool.
Yeah. He's just sitting there. Does he think I'm cool?
It's like, you know when you have
he's just super chill.
You know when you have a friend crush on someone? And
crush.
When you just like want them to be impressed by you no matter what. But you also have to be so nonchalant.
I don't feel like
it.
that about anybody really in the Melee scene, but he is just so 100% all the time that it's hard not to just fall into that and be like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're just hanging out.
Yeah, he's sick. And I think that's something I've always tried to aspire to, even if I don't feel it in my like Bobby Siege when we were playing Puzzle Bobble. He said this is someone else while they were playing, but I overheard. He said pretending to be calm in this game is just a lot like being calm itself. And I was like,
I can't handle that shit, dude.
That's so sick. This is the kind of shit SFAT's getting on the fly, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is pretending to be that dude can go a long way, and if that's something you want to be in your heart, you know, it's like I don't want to get worked up over dumb small shit, so I just
don't,
you know.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Also, Tafo said he was super down. The saddest part for me about the podcast potentially not continuing once I'm gone, or that I won't even, if it does, that I won't be here, is that now all of these cool guests who I have a million questions for and who I think would be great want to fuck with us.
We could have Miles draft questions, and then we'll ask him in an accent.
That'd be horrible.
So what do you think? I won't do it. Get them all together for a good goodbye, big goodbye.
Last few questions or
last cup?
Yeah, let's do two more big questions.
I made it so we can see about 15 messages now. So.
You guys are still shit posting.
What do we have to do to get Miles to say? I said it earlier. We need to incorporate a shell company that can successfully defraud the American Department of State into letting Miles continue to
I need to
stay
be hired by a company.
and play video.
Yeah.
I'm memeing, please, God, don't Trump, please.
He's watching.
Leave my friend
Trump's
alone.
a big fan.
He's just like he knows we said his name once, and he's just like hammering the fucking.
What I was saying is that I need to start going to Trump rallies because you know how he'll randomly just give somebody in the crowd a green card? Like, he used to do that.
What?
Like, he'll just be like,
You can't do that.
No, he
I
used to
don't know
just
if
pick
that was a
people.
thing.
He would.
What are you talking
there's
about?
footage of him picking people out of the crowd and just being like, "You're an American citizen now. You look like a good guy."
I
But
don't
I don't-
believe that he.
I don't think that's real.
He
the
might have
process
said that,
after
but that's not how it doesn't actually work. And you might think that.
There's
right?
literal clips of he's like, "Go talk to that guy side of stage. He'll sort you out."
Yeah, that doesn't mean it happened afterwards.
All I'm saying is, I just need that to be me.
You know, like after
You're the dumbest person I've
you
ever
know,
met
after
in my
reality
life.
TV shows like The Bachelor or something,
No,
like
this
they
is-
don't,
this
they
was
don't
at-
work.
This was at rallies, dude.
This is like
What are you talking about? Watch this shit like Fox
Chat
and
might
Friends.
know about this.
Yeah.
yeah, they know it's fake.
You're so stupid.
Because if it's fake,
You're so stupid.
if it's fake, that person at the rally is gonna be on a BuzzFeed article like, "That was me who got picked, and I still got to."
Or they're plants.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
that's on some crisis
dun.
actor shit, dude.
That you know that happens, right? There are people who are paid to be in crowds and do things.
Dun, dun, dun.
This guy's he believes in crisis actors.
For green cards, yes. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna find these clips of this happening.
Should Miles become a top 30 player so he can marry a social climber and stay in the U.S.?
That's actually a really good idea, dude.
I mean, you don't marry a social climber because
They
they're
can't climb.
the social climber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, you marry me, dog. Can we
She
just?
can be my nana, but
Wait.
I'll be the popo to our group of social climbers.
We were saying of something like that. It's like where you like get gay married to your homie.
Yeah, yeah.
And, but the thing
And then
is,
it becomes
for
real.
Canada,
Two
Yeah.
English guys tried that.
Yeah, you
that
were
me and
telling
my
me that.
friend know. Yeah, and it didn't work. They got busted.
you really gotta do it.
They're surveillancing you like months at a time.
Yeah.
And if you fuck up once, it's like you can't go to girls' houses. You gotta be together at all times, grocery shopping, hanging out.
And you gotta be
having
slapping
sex.
cheeks.
Yeah, slapping cheeks.
if
like-
you get busted, you're fucked.
Yeah. So it's like,
Thanks for the bit, Sway.
sway. I didn't see that.
Sway in the
Thanks.
morning.
But we were also saying that the joke would be that you actually fall into it.
Yeah, you fall.
That
in
you're like,
love.
hey, you want to like go to the bar and try to pick us something? It's like, we had that movie we were gonna watch.
Yeah.
Remember?
And you're like, yeah, let's stay in.
yeah. And you just literally turn into a couple with your homie. And it's just like, hey, we had that farmer's market we were waking up early to go to tomorrow. You're just gonna skip that?
I cooked you a nice dinner. And you just.
I just feel like you
never
come home and you don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, we just bicker like a
Yeah.
couple.
Esteban, that's dumb. What if I love my homie but ain't about the ween?
Well, then you're out of luck.
Yeah,
you got to marry him.
That shirt is from some company that had shirts at Summit, and they were
Oh
giving
yeah, I
out.
got this for free at Summit, so I thought I'd rock it today.
Yeah. I was always trying to catch a shirt.
I love a clean shirt.
How bad was everyone else at Mafia? Everyone thinks I'm good. I'm not good. I'm shit.
Who thinks you're good? No
I
one
don't
thinks
know.
you're good.
I don't know why people think I'm good. I'm fucking terrible. I don't.
You believe
I don't take
what?
risks.
You believe everything anyone says ever, and
Yeah.
you can't lie.
Yeah, I'm a truthful boy. And
Dumb.
and I got
Dumb
a
as
bad
hell.
roll with Zane, who was a brick, and then Westballs, who was sus out the gate. So
Yeah. Like I said, once you get heat
West
on you,
Balls
it's
is always sus.
I mean, it's his gift and his curse.
That's
He's Schrodinger's Sussman.
That's my dog.
That's my dog.
When is Miles gonna ollie 3-stair? I think we're skating, or I might be wheelchairing
Next weekend.
next weekend.
We're
But I
definitely
kinda
getting skate
wanna
footage of
skate there.
Miles. Oh, thanks, Dr. Battle, my man. Does Slime or Dawson or Ludwig want Miles in the States enough to make sex together to sell the marriage? And then he says, fuck Westballs.
know if
Don't say
we're
that
ready to
last
go
part
that
because
route.
that's my dog. If me and Lud get married, does Miles get to stay in the States?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Can Ludwig do it for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to marry one of you guys, it'd be Bobby Siege, but Slime literally sat
Me too,
silently,
dude.
staring at a spot in the wall, low-key metastrat. I'm bad.
You were sipping juice boxes. Your hands were shaking. Your legs were
My
tapping.
legs were shaking pretty bad, yeah. Fuck it, man.
Fuck it.
I just need to marry Bobby Siege because that's what I actually want to do anyway. So it's a win-win really for the green card thing.
I think so.
The visa.
Yeah, I think so. One more question.
One more good one.
Fire them off now. We'll pick the best one. It's a contest now.
Shut up.
Fight.
It's a pyramid scheme. Whoever roasts the man next in chat.
No. Yeah, I'll be home soon, Neeb.
That was the question. See you later.
We're going in and out first though.
Why is your undershirt
is
longer than
tradition.
your button-up? This isn't the one. Is it supposed to be? Wait, is it? No, it's not.
Yeah.
It bunches up.
You're a
I have the
buncher.
same fucking clothes I've had for like 9 years, so.
How much of a jerk is Westball's IRL? Not at all if you can't take banter. But if you're the kind of person who can't take banter, then you're going to get slammed by Westball.
He's actually not even a jerk.
He's not, yeah.
He exists on a different level.
If you get if he comes up to you and starts making noises that he thinks sounds like what you make when you walk, and you hate that, then you know he's gonna do something like that. And if that irritates you or you're too serious to fuck with that, then you're not gonna like him. But I like him a lot.
He's just a memer. That's all it is. Fuck, marry, kill Bobby Siege, Ludwig, Webbs. That's the easiest. Ever.
Kill. Yeah, that's
Kill
huge,
Lud.
easy.
Fuck Webbs.
Marry Bobby Siege.
Easy.
Easy money. But why? Ludwig's on that list. Ludwig's getting
iced in
Yeah, Ludwig's always getting taken down. It's just the way it's got to be. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Ludwig.
I actually might have to.
Might have to
We
marry him.
we gotta
marry
hang.
both. I want to marry Bobby and Ludwig.
We got to hang out with Ludwig too before you go.
Yeah, it's true.
Klaus Gura, I'll just say yes to that. Okay, we'll end on this one. Ever think about making the Discord for non-pages? So I think this just kind of segues into we're
Duking the Discord.
The Discord will be nuked, and all accounts linked to it will be doxxed on a 6-month cycle. So good luck.
Be
idiot.
ready for that.
Yeah.
Get a VPN or you're done.
And if you somehow make it through the page and you're still in the Discord, we're burning your money anyway. So
basically, we don't know what we're still talking about what the fuck we're gonna do, and we're
There's
still
a
trying to
few
work it
options.
out. And that's also something we're talking about. And like the short answer is we don't know. And if anyone has like suggestions in the Discord or outside, like what you want from this post Miles era, let us know. Right, and more input is always good.
I think to answer that question though, it's just kind of a vetting process.
I guess.
So there's not some random who comes in and just starts spouting.
It's just sup nice, just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
checking
yeah.
everybody at the
Yeah.
door.
It's a bouncer. The paywall is essentially a bouncer.
Yeah, the
like,
nice thing that $5 serves to do is, keep out meme accounts, keep out people who are just
shitty
shit
Bumped up
posters.
people.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
all it is. And in reality, like, it's one of those things. I wanted to do it for 10 originally because I was so scared of that, to be honest.
Yeah, you were spooked out.
But, you know.
Matt, don't be scared. Just type up, dog. Skype Miles in for podcast. That's just something.
None of us have ever wanted to do that.
It's just not something we want to do. It never has been. But you know what? We'll talk later.
You said, you know what? It's jarring to hear somebody else say it.
You know what?
Um.
Hold on.
Yeah,
High
but
roller Discord.
Sup
either,
nice, the answer is yes. And we all know it.
why don't you figure out now? I don't want to do that because there's other people that
We have to
are
go.
involved.
We just need to go to In and Out. That's
We need
that's
to go-
why.
that's where we do all our
We're
brainstorm
going in
meetings.
and out.
But either way, I'm going to go shut off the stream. You guys play me out, okay?
All right. He's just gonna say some shit about K Swiss right away, and I'm not gonna laugh. I don't think it's funny.
Taper your pants.
Jeez, that's a deep cut.
Yeah. You're the best. You're the best.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks
did you
for
hate it?
watching.
Thanks for watching. Did you love it? Did you hate it?
I hope he clicked it.
Did you
right at the
click
right
it?
Time.
You didn't fucking click it, did you? Oh, you
He's
stupid.